Getting you ready for game time. Join me, Sal from Behind Your Basketball, as I announce play-by-play. Make sure to smash the like and subscribe, because now we're about to go live. Entering the pregame, we now present Sal from Behind Your Basketball. And what's good, everyone? It comes down to this tonight to save this season for the Boston Celtics. Game 7. As they had a 3-1 series lead and they blew it. And tonight, Jason Tatum ain't playing for this one, as it opens up the door to Philadelphia to stun the Celtics tonight. Celtics still the favorites in every single game of the series tonight. Boston, a 4.5 point favorite on their home floor. If you guys are doing the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. And this is it for the Celtics. Gonna get back to what they were doing well throughout the regular season. Team chemistry, playmaking, physicality, ball movement, making free throws. None of that was happening in the last game. The Celtics playing iso ball, reverting back to their old habits. It looked like they were the Celtics team from 5 years ago. And Jaylen Brown, MVP level this season for Jaylen Brown. He's going to show it tonight in this Game 7. Jaylen Brown, all-time, a record of 6-2 in game number 7s for JB. Celtics, as a franchise, 22-6 in home Game 7 since their start as a franchise. And the Sixers and Celtics have faced off in 9 Game 7s all time. Celtics hold the 6-3 series edge over Philadelphia. Glad to have you guys back in the stream for this one. Greg, Art Ascension, Dark Eye Lowlander, glad to have you back in the stream. And it's all about bouncing back tonight for the Celtics. Big news here, significant injury news. Jason Tatum is not playing tonight, so he is out due to left knee stiffness for Tatum. And everybody has to step up in this game. And that's been an issue last couple of games. Celtics look really good when their three-point shots are dropping. When their three-point shots are bricking, they look really, really bad. In the last 2 games, they have looked horrific for Boston. 12 for 41 from the perimeter in the last game, 29% from 3. And the games that they've won, they shot the ball above 40% from 3. And then the games in the series that they've lost, they shot the ball under 29% from 3. And I mean, it was inexcusable mistakes for the Celtics last game. They missed 7 free throws. They shot 56% at the free throw line. It was a terrible display of basketball. There was zero physicality. Nobody wanted to be there. And yeah, Edwin, Right on cue puts it out here. Celtics need to play together as a unit. Yeah, turnovers have been a major issue in this series for them. 13 turnovers the last game. Just straight up going iso ball for the Celtics, hunting down matchups, and they're going right back to their old form. And you got to go to what got your team here. That was playmaking, finding the right guy, making the right decisions, and spacing and pacing the floor, and also physicality. I felt that the best version of the Celtics in the last game on their best possessions was when their defense provided stops and then translated into offense. That was the best version of Boston. They got to get back to that physicality that they had going on when they took some of the earlier games in the series. Yeah, Tatum's been a major plus in this series. Foul trouble is another key tonight. Jaylen Brown's picked up 10 offensive fouls for him. He needs to avoid foul trouble. Kata's been a foul nightmare in this series. He's going to avoid foul trouble as much as possible. Tonight's going to have to be a big night out of Kata because Tatum's not there to pick up rebounds. And then the other key for the Celtics is that they thrive upon those second chance opportunities. Philadelphia has started to take those away, and the Celtics don't have those second chance rebounds anymore. So that's how their style is. So you better hope that Boston is on point, and you got guys drilling multiple shots. Peyton Pritchard, Sam Hauser better be a great version out of himself tonight. He has put up a couple stinkers recently. Derek White's having a really tough series, a down season offensively for Derek White. He's going to have to play the game of his life tonight to propel the Celtics on top, because right now it was Tatum who is the best player by far in the entire series for the Celtics, and Jaylen Brown just last game having a tough time for him to generate anything with a bunch of offensive foul miscues for Jaylen Brown. Had a rough go around. What's good, Daniel? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining in, bud. Glad to have you back in the channel. If you guys are doing a stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. If you guys didn't know, I'm probably going to go out tomorrow morning and get myself a laptop. There's like a rattle in my computer. It happens with a CPU fan. I pray that it's not going to happen on this stream. It was an issue during the last stream, but I put up that link there if anybody's interested in donating to the channel. Yeah, right before I started, the fan was going off like crazy. I had to reboot my computer. It's in the background a little bit. I could hear it right now. So, yeah, just, oh, yep. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, so that's the fan that's going off. I'll probably have to take it to the first quarter and restart it once again, because we're getting like close to tip or so. But yeah, glad to have you guys on the stream once again on the channel tonight for this one. Yeah, I never did that, like twice went in a 10-second span. I've even tried to blow out the fan last couple of days, and it still has some major issues recently. James, thanks for joining in. Grey Hat Cracker, welcome to the channel here. Daniel, glad to have you back in. Bradley, welcome in here for this one, bud. I don't know if I should do it before in the pregame, because right now they still got the Kentucky Derby on. This game's supposed to be on the NBC. Like, within the next... Yeah, it says NBC, within the next couple minutes. It's supposed to be on NBC. I'm probably going to see if I can restart it right now, since we got, like, 5 more minutes before tip-off, and then I'll be back. So, I'm gonna shut down my computer for a minute, see if the rattle goes off, and then I'll be back in just a moment. I'm going to put up the brakes. Oh, there we go. I got it back on. Yep, I got it back on. Yeah, my apologies there. My apologies for getting it back up. Been having a rough time with the laptop or so. That I had to restart right before the start of stream with the fan going off once again. And Embiid missed a shot. 4-0 Philly. Six nothing Philly right out of the gate. Jaylen Brown takes it inside a key, terrible decision, turnover to the quarter. Okay. Tyrese Maxey on the floor alongside Edgecombe, Embiid, Oubre, and George. Paul George in the corner. Bounce pass, Oubre, lost it, turnover. Derek White collects the steal. White race up the floor into the hands to Brown. Soars up to the rim, no good. Blew the layup, a rebound. Goes right back over to Philadelphia. Full court outlet got deflected and intercepted as White. Up the floor found Sharman, and the reach and foul charge to Philadelphia up the court. Ron Harper Jr. tonight got the start in this matchup for the Celtics. So Celtics starting five tonight. Derek White, Ron Harper Jr., Jaylen Brown, Baylor Sharman, Luka Garza. That was the starting lineup tonight for Boston. So going with a big difference in the starting five tonight for the Celtics in this game. Celtics with possession. Derek White, bounce pass into the hands to Jaylen Brown. Jaylen towards his right, turned it over. Celtics really rough started off this game tonight. Yeah, that was a wild finish last night with R.J. Barrett in the three. 2 Celtics turnovers right out of the gate here. Philadelphia with possession. Maxey has it top of the key. Off the screen set by Embiid. Drives, kick out, quarter. 3. Edgecombe drills it. 9-0 Philadelphia. Nothing's going right for the Celtics to begin. Derek White up the floor. At the mid-block, bounce pass outside into the hands to Sharman. Finds Garza at the top. Garza sends it off to White. Back into the hands to Sharman. Baylor Sharman, 8 at the timer. Turns the quarter, drives inside. Kick out, quarter. Derek White, rise and fire on the 3. Right down the shoot, delivers. Major 3 right there by D. White. Big answer for the Celtics offense. First made bucket of the game in their 5th attempt. Maxey fires a jumper in and out, tipped up to Jaylen Brown as he comes out with a defensive rebound. Celtics numbers up the floor, 3-on-2. A drive, a kick, 3 at the wing. Harper well off the rim, short rebound secured by Oubre out of the pack. Embiid push it off to Maxey, right past Harper Jr. scores the deuce. 11-3 Philly. Vegas, welcome in. Thanks for joining in. Michael, glad to have you in. Mike, welcome in. Couple mics here on the channel. Jaylen Brown pops up, jumper, 15-footer, no good. Couldn't make it. That's his spot. And right now, a tough start here for Boston. Maxey finds Edgecombe, kick out, quarter, 3, Oubre, around the rim and out, rebound secured by White. No defense right now for the Celtics. A lot of open gaps in the offense for Philadelphia. Derek White drives, attacks, downhill, and fouled. 2 shots coming up at the free throw line by Edgecombe. Yeah, if Derek White was like an athletic freak, he would have dunked that one down immediately. Got clobbered by Edgecombe at the back end of this play. Just getting started today. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Yeah, my apologies for the start for the stream. I got an issue with my laptop that it keeps on rattling with a fan. So hopefully tomorrow I'm going to see if I can go out and buy another one. Going to have to transfer everything over to the other laptop. 2 shots by Derek White. First one's no good. And I've tried dusting it off and just hasn't worked, unfortunately. Second shot by White. That is good at the free throw line. Man, this has been a tough start so far for the Celtics. No Jason Tatum tonight in this game. And it's an offensive foul charged to Philadelphia on Maxey at the midcourt logo. So critical call right there going against Philly as it will go back to the Celtics. Yeah, Maxey bumped right into Sharman at midcourt. Celtics with possession. Peyton Pritchard first time on the floor tonight, and the Celtics turn it over. Pritchard and Garza not on the same page with one another. These are terrible turnovers to start off this game. Tyrese Maxey dribbles up inside the key. Bounce pass. Backdoor cutter. Oubre slams it. Man, this is going to be a rough night, it looks like. Still a bunch of time left to turn things around, but right now it's not looking so hot for Boston. Jaylen Brown at the top of the free throw circle, playing iso ball, backpedals back out to the perimeter, working on Embiid 101, sends it off to the corner. Pritchard, right baseline dribble. Pritchard right to the rim, soars and scores, up and off the backboard. Gonna have to get another masterpiece 30-plus point game out of Pritchard tonight to save the Celtics. Embiid leading into contact, draws the foul. 2 shots coming up at the free throw line. It's on Luka Garza, who picks up the personal. Second foul already by Garza. Queta coming off the bench tonight did not get the start. VJ Edgecombe, guarded by Pritchard, slides it off to George. George off the crossover, takes on Sharman, handoff to Embiid. Back outside. Embiid backs his way on Sharman off a mismatch. Bullies him at the low block. Brings along the double. Pritchard comes along. On top, Edgecombe will fire a 3. Edgecombe is skipped around the rim and out. Battle for the rebound as it's loose hitting the deck. And Baylor Sharman scraps, collects the defensive rebound. Jaylen Brown had it poke loose from behind, and it's off of Philadelphia. It's going to go back to the Celtics. That's what I like right there. Celtics start a hustle for that rebound. And Nick Nurse signals challenge right now on the floor. He goes right out to the middle of the court, and he will signal challenge for Nick Nurse as he runs right onto the court. So Nick Nurse believes that Jaylen Brown last lost that rebound out of bounds, and not Philly from behind who poked it out. Sharman wrestling his away from Paul George, and then Brown. Oh, yeah, that was clearly out of the hands of Jaylen Brown. That last replay, that looked like it was clearly out of the hands off Jaylen Brown. Gonna have a stoppage on the floor. 6:46 left to go as we head to the first timeout. Virgilio, welcome in. Philadelphia, balanced so far. They got everybody in the starting 5 he scored. Celtics, led by 4 points by Derek White, 2 by Peyton Pritchard. Jaylen Brown, man, you got to get something. Top 6 scorer in the league this season, 0 for 3. To begin tonight with 2 turnovers. You're going to hear the nonstop chatter in the offseason, Jaylen Brown, if you throw this game away to the Sixers. Terrible start for Jaylen Brown. What's good, Ice Ice Baby? Welcome back in. Right now it's Philly that is crushing the Celtics on the assist column, 6-1 to begin this game. Celtics still the same old Celtics from the last game, hunting down matchups, playing iso ball. I mean, they can't be doing that. Like, Peyton Pritchard's going to have to save this team and drop down another 30-plus game, or 30-plus points. He scored a lone bucket in the paint. Philadelphia, 10-2 points in the paint tonight. Man, this is it for the season. They better start to show something or it's going to be a long off season. And nothing's going down once again. Started off 2 for 8 from the floor, 1 for 5 from 3. And they look so good when they make their shots from 3. They blow out their opponents. But when they're missing from 3s, then they look horrific. Right now, it's just all over the place. Yeah, some terrible turnovers so far. Jaylen Brown had this bad pass in the corner to absolutely nobody. Peyton Pritchard, Luka Garza not on the same page with one another. These guys look like they're totally lost to start off tonight. Luckily, we still got a long way left to go in this game. Call has been overturned. Philadelphia inside the key. Edgecombe scores the 2. 15-6 Philly. Peyton Pritchard on the floor alongside Jaylen Brown, Derek White, Luka Garza, Baylor Sharman. Handoff goes to Pritchard. Pritchard bursts the speed, circles around the key, working his way on Embiid. Out to the corner. Corner 3, Pritchard. Left off the back rim, too short to rebound. Secure by Maxey. Tyrese Maxey takes up the floor, guarded by Jaylen Brown, 101. A lob gets sent to Embiid at the elbow. Embiid takes his, works on Garza inside the key. Floats the pass down low. Oubre, Celtics can't cover the man. Backdoors. Oubre scores the dunk. 17-6. Boston getting out manhandled right now to start off this game. Derek White on top. Off the handoff from Garza. Sends it back to Garza. Pops up a 3 off the back rim. No good. Hero ball. Right now for Boston, ain't working with a Joe Mazzulla ball as Philadelphia has the rebound. Bounce pass underneath Oubre. Reverse hand layup, no good. Missed the mark. And it's going to go back to the Celtics as he had it touch him out of bounds to the baseline. Yeah, no physicality displayed by Boston. No interior defense either. Celtics are getting crushed in the paint. 14-2 points in the paint today for Philly. It's a full layup line out there for Philly. Keita checks in the first time today. That's the guy who's going to see if he can bring the physicality to this team. So Luka Garza heads towards the bench. Jaylen Brown receives it, slips to the baseline. Brown sends it out on top off to Keita. Into the hands to Pritchard. Pritchard dribbles up to the elbow, works his way at Edgecombe, floats it out on top. White, rise and fire, gets the 3. D. White from downtown, straight away buries it. Gonna need the biggest game of his life for Derek White. Gonna need to get a 20-plus point game out of D. White today. Hasn't done that in a month and a half plus. Maxey, pocket pass and beat. 15-footer, drills it. 19-9 Philly. Pritchard finds Brown. Brown dribbles up inside the key. Jaylen, mid-range. Jaylen got it. That's his spot right there. Able to hit his spot. Celtics back-to-back buckets. That's a great sign. You got to get back-to-back stops and then string it together with much more than just 2 in a row. Quarter jumper, Oubre misfired off the rim. A rebound goes to Pritchard. Celtics with possession. Looking to cut the deficit down by 8. Jaylen Brown at the wing. Dribbles out, free throw circle. Jumper from Maxey. Got fouled. 2 shots coming up at the free throw line for Jaylen Brown. Yeah, he's going to make these free throws. He had a tough time last game at the free throw line for Jaylen. Yeah, that looks like some pretty clean defense there by Tyrese Maxey. So Jaylen Brown, 2 free throws at the line. First one's up, first one's good. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Ring the notification bell as well. What's good, Naja Player? Welcome back in. Kitasak, JD, glad to have you in the stream. Hockey, welcome in. Yeah, Garza got the start tonight. So Joe Mazzulla with a big shuffle in the lineup tonight had Garza start alongside Ron Harper Jr., Baylor Sharman, Derek White, and Jaylen Brown. So Joe Mazzulla benched Hauser and Keita going into this game, and Vucevic coming off the bench. So was Pritchard. Second shot by Jaylen Brown, and that's good right down the middle. 19-13, 6-point game. Celtics 32-0 all time when they've led a playoff series 3-1. This better not be the first time that they make history for a bad reason. VJ Edgecombe slides it on top to Embiid, who's 0-3 in Game 7s, and he bricked it off the rim. Rebound went to Hauser. Jaylen Brown up the floor. Jaylen stumbles off the dribble, kept it alive though. Jaylen jumper, baseline, no good off the mark. Rebound tipped up to Derek White for the offensive rebound. Outside Pritchard. Pritchard on the floor alongside White, Brown, Queta, and Hauser. Pritchard finds White. White, 5 at the timer. Open 3 off the Queta screen. It's an offensive foul charge to Queta. Gotta avoid that foul trouble. If you're Nemi, that's now his first personal. The Celtics bigs into big foul trouble early on. Garza would too, and Queta picks up his first. It's been a frustrating series for Queta, who's averaging 4 fouls per game in this series. Averaging 2.8 in the regular season. Embiid backs his way and Queta fall away. Baseline, Embiid buries it. 8-point lead for Philly. Celtics with possession. Queta, handoff Pritchard. Pritchard pops up with a TD guarded logo. Missed the 3 off the rim short. Maxey out of the pack. They got numbers. 4-on-2, sprinting up the floor. Edgecombe scores the layup. Philadelphia building up a 10-point lead. Yeah, this Celtics team, oh man. Just gotta hope right now because they're not playing like they deserve to go any further in the playoffs. Jaylen Brown, attack of the rack, soars up and jams it with a 2-hand slam. All right, Jaylen Brown getting his way, driving through the teeth of the defense for the dunk. He's got 6. Maxey, runner. Maxey scores it. Gotta show some physicality if you're the Celtics defense. 0 physicality down low in the paint. Derek White. Edge of the midcourt logo takes on the Edgecombe 101. Derek White dribbles up to the right wing, fires a 3 off the back rim, no good. Queta doesn't even try to collect the rebound. It went right over to Oubre with a defensive board. Philly with possession. Embiid defended baseline, working his way on Queta. Backs his way, low block. Ball got poked loose out of bounds. Gonna stay Philly ball. Gonna go to a timeout. 2:38. Remaining in the opening quarter, 10-point lead for Philly. Man, this is terrible right now with the Celtics team. What a joke of a start. Like, there's no physicality by the Celtics down low. They're just not hungry. And they can't shoot. They're 2 for 10 from 3. What does that number tell you? That they're going to shoot themselves out of the game and they're going to lose it? Like... This is not a good start for them right now. 31% from the floor, 20% from 3. And they're getting out-rebounded 10-6 in the glass. Luka Garza, 2 personal fouls. Queta with a foul. Gotta avoid foul trouble. They have 4 turnovers. I mean, it's all over the place. Absolutely all over the place. Yeah, VJ Edgecombe is cutting up this team today. 9 points in 9 minutes for Edgecombe. 6 by Embiid, 4 each by Oubre and Maxey. Paul George has 2. Man, this is just... It's frustrating to watch. For a team that have been playing with incredible chemistry throughout the season, and then all of a sudden, it's a no-show in the second half of the first round of the playoffs. What a terrible week of basketball for the Celtics, playing their worst basketball of the season in the worst time possible. Keep on playing like this for the next 3+ quarters. They're going to get wiped off the floor, eliminated. It's so sad. Just devastating. Man, Queta coming into the playoffs was looking so good. I think the thing about the Celtics this year is that they knew Tatum was out coming into the season. The rest of their players were basically playing throughout the entire course of the season. It wasn't like a lot of the other teams where they had guys in and out of the lineup getting injured. The Celtics had mostly like a fully healthy roster with everybody healthy throughout the course of the year. Vucevic missed like the final month of the regular season, but he had only played a couple games after being acquired at the trade deadline, so It wasn't like he was like a guy who had been there throughout the course of the years that they had like severely missed or so. This was a guy that was just getting used to his team and starting to get used to figuring out what his role was on the team. And yeah, they traded Simons away to get a big with Vucevic. And now Vucevic hasn't even received any minutes today. Like, what's the point? Like, I thought for sure Vucevic would have started over Garza. I hope so, Kidasak. I really do hope so that you're right tonight. I really hope so. Yeah, Celtics have had some slow starts, but they're not playing the Miami Heat tonight. That team in general, they had, I think, four victories against Miami, all of them slow starts. But what the Celtics did this year, they beat upon opponents that were like bottom tier, bottom half of the NBA opponents in the bottom 15 in the league. They were beating up upon. And then they got some luck on their side, taking on teams who were like top-tier opponents that had key players out going into those matchups as well, where the Celtics were usually fully healthy besides Tatum for most of the games this season, but the rest of the guys were like always available. So it was team chemistry throughout. But right now, the team chemistry, have to figure it out in one game here in this game 7. First time on the floor for Jordan Walsh. Corner 3. Off the mark, no good. The rebound got tipped around into the hands to Edgecombe. Philadelphia before that buried a 3. 28-15 here. VJ Edgecombe dribbles out mid-block, finds Embiid. Celtics got no answer to stop him. They still don't. Joel Embiid, 15-footer, drills it. Philly is doubling up Boston. Jaylen Brown. Off the Queta screen. Dribbles up to the elbow. Kick out corner. Walsh bobbled it. Back into the hands to Brown. Jaylen Brown. At the elbow. Rises for the jumper. Deep 2. Connects on it. Gonna need a whole lot to get your team back into the game right now. It starts with a defense. 30 points allowed in the opening quarter. Gotta ramp up the physicality. Come up with blocks. Come up with steals. Get stops. George, there's a steal. Bad pass into the hands to Pritchard. Pritchard up the floor, cross court. Walsh fires the 3. Jordan Walsh off the back rim too long, and Embiid boxes out Queta for the defensive rebounds. Up the floor off the outlet, it goes to George. Paul George at the low block, takes his way on Pritchard. Jumper, baseline off the back heel, misfired. Rebound goes to Queta. Celtics with possession. I really hope so, Anastasia. Really, really hope so. Right now, they're playing like a team that doesn't want to win. But hopefully, in the next 3 quarters, they can completely flip the switch and change that. Peyton Pritchard slows down tempo, calls for the screen to be set by Queta. Pritchard dribbles up. Pritchard lobs it up over the top, and there you go, Queta, baby! Flushes it with a right-hand hammer. Remember this point timestamp. 30-19, Celtics down by 11. Energy builder by Nemi. That could be what it takes to flip Game 7 up on its head. VJ Edgecombe at the wing. Sends it off to Embiid. Embiid, a leaner. Embiid banks it. 13-point lead. This ball is going to go to Pritchard most likely for the final shot. Shot clock turned off. Peyton Pritchard past the midcourt logo. And away from the basketball, we get a foul. Or no, beg my pardon, we don't. Clock stoppage, the Nets had an issue. The Nets was halfway. Yeah, when Queta slammed it, the net came halfway back up. So the net had to get reshaped there. Inbound goes to the Celtics. 7 seconds remaining. Peyton Pritchard at the top of the key. Pritchard takes on George. Bursts of speed. Dribbles. Drives. Crossover. Lost it. Pritchard lost the handle. And at the buzzer, turnover by Pritchard. Yikes. And that is the first quarter in a nutshell tonight on that possession for the Celtics. Peyton Pritchard completely lost it off the crossover, something you don't see too often out of Pritchard. 1 quarter through. If you're doing a stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well if you guys would like to be notified for future live streams in the channel as we head over to the quarter timeout. Joel Embiid, too good tonight in this Game 7, and he has never won a Game 7 in his life. He's 0-3 all-time in Game 7s. Right now, 10 points, 5 for 7 from the floor. There's no Al Horford to stop him. Joel Embiid going off. Could have a triple-double before it's all said and done. He has 5 assists and 4 rebounds. VJ Edgecombe with 9 points. Maxey has 4. Oubre has 4. George has 5. Celtics led by Jaylen Brown. He's got 8. 7 by White. 2 off the bench each by Pritchard and Keita. Pritchard with 3 assists. Man, Celtics need to string together stops. Their paint defense has been horrific. 22-6 points in the paint for Philly. Philly is out rebounding the Celtics 12-7. Celtics being out rebounded by that margin in the first quarter. That's not a good sign. And the Celtics live by the 3, crumble by the 3. Right now, they're on track to crumbling by the 3. When they're on point and when they're drilling their threes, things are looking really good, and they blow out their opponents, like those 2 32-point wins in the series. But when they are well off from 3, then it's going to be tough. And right now, they're 2 for 12 from 3. Man, this is sad. This is starting to look like the last game against the Knicks last year in the playoffs, if they can't reverse this. Really sad right now. Edit, thanks for joining in. Got 3 more quarters to figure this out. Really good regular season team that beat upon some bad opponents this year. And then when they took on the top tier opponents, they had some trouble against those teams. They got swept against Denver, swept against San Antonio. They won against Oklahoma City when Oklahoma City had their starting lineup for the first time ever. They got all those guys back who were coming in and out due to injury. Whereas the Celtics, everybody besides Tatum was basically playing consistently throughout the season, besides the Vucevic injury that kept him out over a month for the finger. But other than that, the Celtics exceeded expectations, just like the Pistons did, because those two teams, first and second in the East, because they were the most consistent in terms of teams without injuries. But look at the teams that did have players in and out of the lineup, the talented guys, they have come on back. And Orlando Magic, Philadelphia 76ers, those teams have everybody back, and the talent outshining the teams that had consistency with their roster, but not as much expectations. We get back to action. They're going to try Hugo Gonzalez. First time on the floor for him, who has barely played in this series for the rookie. Derek White inside a key, stripped and fouled. The clock will stop with 11:42. I don't see Mazzulla getting fired. So I don't see Mazzulla getting fired. Not tell me who the replacement coach is. You guys call for Joe Mazzulla to get fired. Where's the backup plan? It's like freaking Alex Cora getting fired from the Red Sox, and they have the AAA manager now as the coach. Give me a head coach name that you'd rather have coach the Celtics than Joe Mazzulla, because Joe Mazzulla has done a terrific job coaching these guys in the regular season. They're just not there yet in the playoffs right now. Playoff basketball is totally different. First free throw is good by Derek White. We still have 3 quarters left to go as well. It's play-by-play only that I cover. No game will be shown due to copyright. Second free throw, good by White. 11-point game. Jaylen Brown currently on the bench. 5 of the floor for Philly looks like this. Maxey George, Justin Edwards, Quentin Grimes, and Andre Drummond. Celtics with Derek White, Hugo Gonzalez, Sam Hauser, Neemias Queta, Peyton Pritchard. Loose ball, Maxey able to pick it up. He's hounded, defended by Gonzalez. Jumper, Maxey at the elbow, drills it. That's a tough shot. 34-21, 13-point lead for Philly. Yeah, give me Cal, the guy who choked against the 15 seed in the NCAA tournament. Choked against freaking St. Peter's in Oakland. That's a humongous step up between college and NBA. You're going to get a car salesman to coach the team. A player recruit salesman to coach the team. I don't think so. Peyton Pritchard at the elbow. Defended on the outside by Grimes. Torres is right off the double team. Gets the way off to White. White off the up fake. A jumper. Mid-range. Connects on it. Got to take it one possession at a time. 34-23 now. Pass midcourt for Philadelphia. Still got a long way left to go in this game. Just got to string together some stops here for the Celtics. Maxey. Offensive foul by Philly. Paul George. Offensive foul. It's going back to Boston. Hugo Gonzalez giving the Celtics. They might have found something right now with a rookie. He's playing Tyrese Maxey tough. Really tough for him. Just earned himself some minutes if he keeps it up today. White to the rim. And Derek White, baby, scores the 2. Derek White has seen all the chatter, and right now he's about to answer it. 9-point game. Don't underestimate Derek White. NAIA, Johnson and Wales, Colorado. Before playing at the Division II level, and then made his way to Colorado. Undrafted to the NBA. In the corner, Justin Edwards. Edwards dribbles up inside the key. Jumper over Ugo. Off the rim, no good. Rebound secure by Queta. Celtics just found something with Hugo Gonzalez, folks. Derek White at the top of the key. White, up fake. Slides it off to Queta. Queta dribbles, attacks, right to the rim. Scores! Oh yeah, baby! Up and off the backboard! It's a 7-point game! That is the Nemi that we know here, folks. Timeout, Philly. Neemias Queta burst the speed past Drummond to the rack. Celtics ain't quitting tonight. They have figured it out. Hugo Gonzalez locking down Maxey. +6 on the floor for the rookie. Trying to flip this Game 7 on its head. D. Wade, welcome back in, brother. Thanks for joining in. If you guys are doing the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Celtics still in it. Never count them out. Still in it right here, right now. +6 for Hugo Gonzalez, +4 now for Queta. Queta just won the foul at this stage of the game, which is so critical. Just scored a driving layup past Drummond. And Derek White has got himself 13. Derek White on track for his first 20-plus point game since mid-March. And right now, the Celtics are right in it. Yeah, that's what I was looking forward to, is physicality by the Celtics. And finally, Hugo Gonzalez right up in the grill of Tyrese Maxey. He is begging for more minutes. Joe Mazzulla, man, give me more minutes, and he is showing it right now. Man, just total energy builder. That Peyton Pritchard lob to Queta, they were down by 11, 30-19, and now they've cut it down to 7. 8-2 start for Boston to begin the second quarter. They are still in it. Despite shooting 2 for 12 from 3, they have found something, and they're starting to go at the rim and starting to attack the paint. And they're scoring down low. Yeah, great question, D. Wade. I am not sure, so it depends on the significance of the injury. So I'm not actually sure. And appreciate with a dono from D. Wade. You the legend, brother, with a dono. Let's get that dono hype out in the chat for D. Wade. Absolute legend. Big signs of life right now for the Celtics. Holy smokes. Anybody's ball game right now. Still got plenty of time left to go. The Detroit Pistons had 0 signs of life last night. They were down by 24. They came back and they won by double digits. Hopefully the Celtics will interchannel that tonight and take the script out of the Pistons playbook. Yeah, if you guys didn't know, I'm probably going to go out tomorrow morning and see if I can get myself a new laptop. The laptop that I'm using to stream is 7 years old, and it's had some issues with a rattle. It rattled at like the very start of the stream in the pregame today. Luckily, no rattle just yet in the second quarter or beyond, but it's been an issue last couple of streams for me. So I'm hoping to switch everything over within the next couple of days. If anybody's interested in donating out to the channel, all donations greatly appreciated. You can do that through the YouTube chat, or also I have PayPal or Venmo, and I pinned my information in the chat with a message. My PayPal Venmo name is @BehindTheArc. Derek White, reach and follow, defending George. It stops the clock with 9:42. Celtics with 6 points already in the second quarter in the paint. They had 6 entirely in the first quarter. So getting away from breaking threes and attacking, playing downhill, getting to the rim. VJ Edgecombe lobs it off to George. Edgecombe, George, Quentin Grimes, Tyrese Maxey, Andre Drummond, 5 in the court. Jumper's good at the elbow by Paul George. 9-point lead for Philly. 5 in the court for the Celtics look like this. Peyton Pritchard, Neemias Queta, Sam Hauser, Derek White, Ugo Gonzalez. Pritchard. Bounce pass to Queta, top of the key. Queta backs his way, shovels it off to White. White with 8 on the timer. Derek White dribbles up to the elbow, rises for the jumper over Grimes. Missed off the rim, short, and the rebound goes to Drummond. That's a tough shot right there by Derek White. Goes back to Philadelphia. Maxey dribbles behind his back. Maxey, a scoop and no good. Missed the layup. It's one that he usually has right there. Celtics with possession. Pritchard up the floor. Peyton Pritchard at the wing. Takes on George 101. Screen set by Queta. Pritchard gets past George off the dribble. Drives on Drummond inside the key. Bounce pass under Queta with an up fake. And he soars and scores with a right-handed flush. Nemi, baby, on a full man rack attack with a slam. 7-point game. Neemias Queta showing something right now. Step back 3. Edgecombe. Air ball out of bounds. Celtics crowd going wild right now at the TD Garden. VJ Edgecombe looking for a fingertip. He thought it was tipped. No. Ugo Gonzalez, that was clean. No tip on that. Wow, they reversed it. It did not look like on that camera angle that Ugo had got a fingertip on it. Joe Mazzulla, is he going to challenge this now? Is Joe going to challenge that now? He's walking around, he's thinking about it, and no. Doesn't look like he's going to challenge it. Philadelphia off the inbound. Corner 3. Grimes. No good. Rattled out. Rebound secured by Queta. Either way, Joe keeps his challenge. Celtics force a miss. Celtics have the basketball. Peyton Pritchard. Crossover. Shakes George. Dribbles up inside the key. Pritchard keeps the dribble alive. Shovel. Queta. Contacted. Queta. Fouled. 2 shots coming up at the free throw line. It's on Drummond, who picks up the personal foul. Right now, Embiid on the bench getting a breather. And the Neemias Queta start to take off. Working on Drummond. Queta, all of a sudden, 6 points. Plus 4 on the floor with 3 rebounds in 9 minutes. Perfect 3 for 3 at the rim. And he's going to have 2 free throws to cut into the deficit. Joel Embiid, or beg my pardon, they're not going to place this at the free throw line. No, they're going to give the Celtics an inbound. So Queta will not have this as free throws. So it's before the shot on the foul charge to Drummond. Baylor, Sharman checks back in. Celtics get the inbound. Pritchard, Sharman, Queta, White, and Gonzalez, the 5 in the court. Pritchard working on Embiid. Up fake. Pritchard sneaks his way underneath Embiid. Oh, what a bucket right there by playoff Pritchard. 5-point game, baby. Peyton Pritchard, sensational. Off the step through. 10-2 run by the Celtics. TD Garden right now getting going. Embiid, kick, corner 3, Oubre, rattled out, tipped around, offensive rebound, Edgecombe. Loose ball foul charge to Boston, and is that going to be on Queta here? That's the question. That will be his second. Battling for the rebound, I believe it was. Yeah, that's on Queta, loose ball foul. Queta picked up the loose ball foul. Inbound, fall away, Embiid off the back rim, no good. Rebound secure by White. Derek White up the floor, they're only down by 5. Derek White, rise and fire, on a 3, bullseye! Derek White, baby, a laser from the perimeter. It's a 2-point game, a 36-34. This is the Boston Celtics we know about. Derek White, 16 points right now. Approaching 7 minutes left to go before halftime. Maxey, offensive foul charge to Oubre, knocking down White. It's going to go back to the Celtics. My, oh my, the tables have turned in quarter number 2. Let's go here, Boston. Make some noise here. Put in those clovers out in the chat. Celtics in a huge momentum run. 16 by Derek White. 8 by Brown. 6 by Cato. 4 by Pritchard with 5 assists. Derek White at the wing, playing with confidence. Up fake, fouled by Oubre. Kelly Oubre picks up the reach and foul. Clock will stop with 7 minutes. It ain't over till it's over. After a lifeless first quarter, the Boston Celtics were outscored 32-19. Looking like they were going to get wiped off the floor in Game 7, and they have found something. The Boston Celtics trying to channel the inner Oklahoma City Thunder from last year in round 2. If you guys didn't know, the Thunder were down by double digits in the first quarter in Game 7 against the Nuggets. Bang, bang, bang. Peyton Pritchard, bullseye from 3. Celtics, first lead in the night. 37-36. This is the Boston basketball that we know about. 18-4 start in quarter 2 for the Celtics. Embiid, off the mark, no good. A rebound battle, and a loose ball foul charge to Showerman. Clock will stop with 6:35. This is a testament here to never give up. And this Celtics team, without Jason Tatum, they are showing it right now. This is the Celtics team that we saw throughout the course of the regular season. Physical, playing balanced, 2s and 3s, attacking defenses, moving the basketball. They have got it right now with them. Tyrese Maxey at the wing, glides up to the free throw circle, and Embiid got knocked down. It's on Hugo Gonzalez, who picks up the personal foul away from the ball. That will stop the clock. 6:27 left to go in the quarter. Celtics pick up their 3rd foul in the quarter. Philly with 4. Yeah, that's tough. That could have been offensive on Embiid. That was on Hugo Gonzalez, unfortunately. Hugo Gonzalez showing something today. Plus 14 on the floor. His physicality. Lock it down. Maxey has been the difference maker. 5.5 minutes. Plus 14 for the rookie. Inbound goes to Edgecombe. Edgecombe George finds Grimes. Cutting to the hoop. Easy dunk. Somebody forgot to pick up their man. Philly with a 1-point advantage. Derek White. Past the timeline. Celtics are 7 for 8 shooting this quarter. Philadelphia 3 for 10. Pritchard bursts the speed up to the elbow. Pritchard. Spin cycle. Pritchard. Mid-range. Pritchard. Halfway down, no good. Tipped around. Battle for the rebound. Tap to Maxey for Philly. Maxey out of the pack midway through the second. Outside to the wing. Edgecombe about a 3. It drills it. 41-37. 4-point lead right now for Philadelphia. That was Joe Mazzulla. I believe he was looking like he was thinking about a timeout, but not doing so. Jaylen Brown back on the floor for the Celtics. Brown, up fake. Brown, kick out, wing. Pritchard working on Grimes here at the right wing perimeter. Kate sets the screen. Pritchard dribbles out. Pritchard, up fake. Pritchard, sandwich. Pritchard keeps it alive outside. Finds Brown, elevates for the 3. Jaylen Brown, an absolute missile of a shot as he knocks it down. It's a 1-point game. 5:20 left to go before halftime. Jaylen Brown, double figures with 11. Grimes feeds it down low, and Embiid fouled and 1. Derek White, tough foul call going against him. Free throw covered up by Embiid. Yeah, that's a tough call going against Derek White. What a game tonight. If you guys are doing the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Never, never give up. Showing you what the Celtics are about right now in the second quarter. Yeah, the testament to never giving up was last night. The Detroit Pistons trailed by 24, and they won by double digits. How about calling R.J. Barrett's 3 last night? That was insane. Free throw by Embiid, and it's good. 4-point lead for Philadelphia. Celtics have the basketball. 5:10 left to go before halftime. Derek White into the hands to Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown towards his right off the dribble, turns the corner, drives, straight line dribble drive outside White. Rise and fire, 3 off the back rim, no good. Offensive rebound, but the smallest player on the floor, Peyton Pritchard. Jaylen Brown at the left wing perimeter. Jaylen cross court connects with Pritchard. 5 of the timer. Burst the speed off the dribble, dribbles up, drives on Embiid. No good off the backdoor layup. Pinwheels around. Maxey controls the defensive rebound. 4-point advantage for Philadelphia. Maxey finds Embiid. Embiid takes on Gonzalez. Sends it off to Edgecombe at the wing. Lob deflected by Ugo, but he reached in and picked up the foul. That's now the second personal foul of the night, charged to Ugo Gonzalez. Yeah, Ugo Gonzalez is looking good tonight. Great to see for a guy who's barely played in this playoff series. For him to make a difference like this. This is awesome. His future is so bright. Like, for him to come out rookie season and be lockdown defense for him, that's awesome. For a young guy. And that's what they strive upon out in Europe, is all the defensive fundamentals, and they really key in on defense. First free throw was missed by Embiid. Second free throw at the line for Embiid, and he's got it. Joel Embiid got 13. He's got 14 after that made free throw. Jaylen Brown at the top. He's got 11. Jaylen Brown driving on Dominic Barlow. Spin cycle jumper. Mid-range connects on it. That was a sweet spin move right there for JB. 3-point game right now. Tyrese Maxey on the floor alongside Embiid, Edgecombe, Grimes, and Barlow. A jumper at the wing. Missed off the mark. No good for Philly. Rebound out of the pack by Sharman. Baylor Sharman on the floor alongside White, Brown, Ugo, who's calling for it in the corner, and Nemi. Brown working his way to the low block. Lost it off the dribble. Kept it alive. Back out to the perimeter. 10 on the timer for Jaylen Brown. He finds Derek White. Derek White having an excellent night. Dribble. Drive. A straight line penetration to the cup. No good. In and off the hands of Gonzalez. Defensive rebound goes to Grimes. Grimes accelerates. Contested by Brown. Off the rim. No good. Embiid scores the putback. 5-point lead again for Philly. And the Celtics will burn a timeout here. 3:34 left to go before halftime, and the Celtics right in this game, a 47-42 as we go into the timeout. Man, what a battle. Celtics ain't giving up without Tatum tonight. Joel Embiid's got 16. Gonna have to find answers to stop him. 12 by Edgecombe. Maxey has not really been a factor, more of a playmaker. Celtics defense, especially Ugo Gonzalez, is keyed in to limit Tyrese Maxey. 6.7 assists by Maxey. Derek White having an amazing game tonight. 16 points, 3 for 6 from 3, 5 for 10 from the floor. Jaylen Brown's got 13. 7 off the bench by Pritchard. Cato with 6 off the bench. 16 points by Derek White. Let's see how far back this goes for him. The 16 points by Derek White is the most points since he scored 17 in a win at Milwaukee. 133-101 on April 3rd. Last time that Derek White reached 20 points was 21 against Phoenix on March 16th, a 120-112 victory. And then he had a 34-point game against Washington. The game, or a couple of games prior on March... Oh, no, that's against San Antonio. Against San Antonio, his former team, 34 points against the Spurs. And the game that Jaylen Brown followed out on March 10th. A really good sign to see out of Derek White. Man, just so grateful that he is playing like his former self in the playoffs in the 2024 run when he shot above 40% from three. Hey, thanks so much for the dono. Really appreciate it, Mike. You the legend, brother. You guys amazing. You guys the absolute legends in the channel. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Yeah, if you guys are just joining in, if you were on in the pregame, my apologies for starting the stream late. So like 10 minutes into my stream, the laptop fan started to rattle. Yeah, it's got an issue where it rattles usually on like initial startup, like once it gets like an hour in, and then once I shut it down, it shuts off for a period of time and doesn't come back for a while. I've got out the air compressor a couple of times last few weeks and blew out the laptop, but it still doesn't help. It seems like it's something hitting on another thing, and the laptop's 7 years old, so it's 2019, so I'm just going to upgrade to a 2026, and then just invest in a fan for this one and just use this as like a backup in the future. But once I get the stuff transferred over to the new computer, then the speed should run much faster. Because right now I'm not running any timeout slide, because I've noticed when I do the score plugins in the timeout slide, the CPU puts up like the green screen glitch, and then the scoreboard starts to glitch, and then the CPU goes crazy up. So once I get the new computer, it should stop that, because it'll be a computer that's like a modern computer that should be good for the streaming stuff that I want to do. 5-point game coming back from the timeout, 47-42. And Jaylen Brown with possession, Celtics with the basketball. Brown on the floor alongside Whitehauser, Gonzalez, and Sharman. Brown kick out to the corner into the hands to Ugo. Gonzalez finds White. White attacks the paint. Fall away. Low block off the mark. No good by White. Tipped off to Edgecombe for the defensive board. Philly, their 5 of the court. Embiid, Edgecombe, George, Maxey, and Grimes. Embiid, a fall away in the paint. Around the rim and out. Rebound goes to Ugo. Celtics with possession. 3 minutes left to go before halftime. Hauser up the floor. Buries the triple. Major rocket of a 3. Able to knock it down off the assist by Jaylen Brown. 2-point game right now for the Celtics. D. Wade with a dono. You the legend, brother, with a dono. Let's get that dono hype out on the stream from my man D. Wade. Off the double team. Philly keeps alive, and Grimes at the summit. Got denied by White into the corner. Edgecombe able to pick it up. Grimes slides it cross court. George elevates on a 3. Paul George splashes it. 5-point lead again for Philly. Celtics right there, though. Celtics with possession. Brown gets it away to Gonzalez. Into the hands to White. Derek White. Outside finds Ugo. Open 3. Gonzalez. Off the mark. No good. Huge offensive rebound by Baylor Sharman. Ugo couldn't finish at the rim, but he got fouled. 2 shots coming up at the free throw line for Gonzalez. It's on Embiid, who picked up the shooting foul. Got the hustle of Boston right now on the floor. .2:12 left to go before halftime. 2 free throws here by Ugo Gonzalez. First free throw around the rim and out. Yeah, I can notice the fans going a little bit faster. I'm probably going to lower my bit rate down to 3,000, see if that helps out. Both free throws were missed by Ugo. Philly with possession. Paul George at the wing. Sends it down low off to Embiid. Embiid off the double finds Edgecombe. Edgecombe weaves his way inside the paint. Offensive foul. Derek White takes the charge. It is Celtics ball coming up. Celtics playing tough right now. So much heart, so much hustle in the Celtics team in the second quarter. Celtics are outnumbering Philly 26-18 in quarter two. Celtics with possession. Derek White at the left wing perimeter. Slides it off to Jaylen Brown at the right wing. Brown torses left off the dribble. Dribbles up. Inside the key now for JB with a right hand. Couldn't finish. Missed the layup. Embiid. Rebound. Followed by Gonzalez. And Hugo Gonzalez has to be careful. That's going to be his third personal foul. Yeah. Wow, cut on the hand too. Yeah, that's Derek White, tough soldier out there. And he's shooting the ball at an incredible rate tonight for Derek White. 1:42 left to go before halftime. In the bonus now for Philadelphia, Joel Embiid shooting 2 free throws. First one is good. He's going to have a second one coming up. Second free throw coming up here at the line for Embiid. Gonzalez will head back towards the bench here for the Celtics. Second free throw coming up at the line for Embiid. The shot's up. The shot's around and out. Rebound secured by Jaylen Brown. I'm going to restart my computer at halftime. The fan just went off once again. Into the hands to Keita. Keita accelerates right to the rack. Soars up. And dunks it with a two-headed slam. It's a 4-point game. Philly takes it past midcourt. Keita's got 8 tonight. Tyrese Maxey. Pocket pass into the hands to Embiid. Embiid off the double. Sends it off to Maxey. Maxey towards his right. Push pass. Right corner. 3-point shot off the back rim. No good. Missed by Edgecombe. Broke it up out of bounds. And it went off of the Celtics last there. So it's a loose ball follow charge to Boston. And that's on Keita. So that's on Keita. That's going to be his third personal foul. So Keita, loose ball follow, trying to battle with Embiid on the glass. Third foul by Keita. Embiid back to the free throw line to shoot 2 more shots. First free throw by Embiid, and that is good. Joel Embiid take it over in this game 7. He has got now 17 in this game. Second free throw coming up at the line by Embiid. And the free throw is good right down the middle. 6-point game, minute 10 left to go before halftime. Celtics with possession. Derek White crossing the midcourt logo. Derek White dribbles up to the top, launches the 3. Derek White right down the cylinder, rips the triple. 3-point game. Derek White saving this team tonight. He's got 19 points. Most points that he has scored in a month and a half almost. And a block out of bounds by Jaylen Brown. It's going to stay Philly ball with 49.3 seconds left to go before half. Celtics all heart right now on the floor as Brown tonight, Maxey from behind. Celtics dominating quarter number 2, 31-21. Inbound to the corner. Maxey towards his left off the dribble. Shovels off to Embiid. Embiid backs his way and Luka Garza. Embiid dump off. Broke it up out of bounds. Last off the Celtics. It's going to stay Philly ball, 4.5 on the shot clock. Paul George underneath the hoop will be the inbound passer. He sends it off to Embiid. Embiid rises for the deep 2 jumper off the back rim. No good. Sharman controls the defensive rebound. Celtics with possession. Jaylen Brown dribbles, drives. Watch out as he tried to throw it down at the summit. He got denied though by Embiid. Philly with possession. Joel Embiid with a humongous dunk right there. Holy smokes. Damn, that is one that you're going to want back. if you're Jaylen Brown in Boston. That's a critical 2 missed points not going on the board because of superior defense by Embiid. Maxey, 15-footer, buries it. You got to get this final bucket before halftime, Boston. Philly's got the momentum right now. A block and then a step back 2 from 18 feet away. Final possession. 6 seconds left to go. Jaylen Brown. Into the hands to White. White bursts the speed up the floor. White underneath. White denied off the glass. And we go into halftime. 5-point lead for Philly. Celtics right there, though, tonight. Celtics playing with heart. Celtics trying to overcome adversity. Jaylen Brown just couldn't put it up and over Embiid as Brown shot out of a cannon, but he lost the battle. 5-point lead at halftime for Philadelphia. Joel Embiid with a big first half. 19 points by Embiid. 12 by Edgecombe. 10 by George. Maxey has 8. Oubre with 4. Grimes with 2. Celtics. Derek White saving Boston tonight. He's got 19 going into halftime. 6 for 14 from the floor. 4 for 7 from the perimeter. 13 by Jaylen Brown. Keita, he's got 3 fouls, but he's got 8 points. Pritchard with 7. And a +7 off the bench by Hugo Gonzalez. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Going into halftime. Once again, my apologies if you hear buzzing in the background. My laptop fan's having issues right now. I'm going to be going out within the next day or so and getting myself a new laptop. If anybody's interested in donating to the channel, I pinned in the chat my PayPal and Venmo. It's at Behind the Arc. It's in the chat if anybody's ever interested in donating to the channel here. So I'll be going out getting a laptop within the next couple of days or so. But yeah, I really appreciate with the generosity. You guys the real legends here on the stream. What I'm going to do at halftime, I'm going to turn off this stream for a minute or two and restart my computer. Because when it restarts, the fan goes away for an hour or so. And then I'm going to be back in a minute or two. So if you see a buffer on the stream, it means that I am shutting down the laptop and gonna reboot it so the fan doesn't do that. Because once I shut it down, the fan is fine for an hour or so. We do not have a micro center near me. Yeah, I'm just going to invest in a new one and transfer my things over instead of having somebody take a look at it and then they do something wrong that makes it worse and then it can't, it gets worse where it can't, open tabs and stuff. That would be even worse, or can't load web pages. I'd rather have the buzzing noise than something happening worse internal in there, honestly. So I'm going to put this in the break slide, and then I'm going to be back in a couple minutes. Alright, so I got it back up and running right now. So 55-50 at the half. I'll see if I can get Mr. Tops in a couple minutes. Thanks for the update, Duffers. Appreciate it. Yeah, I've got a lot of stuff on my flash drive, so I just have to transfer it over to the next computer. Hopefully a good version of Mr. Tops tonight. I'll have to peek in and see how he's doing. The Celtics right there. Not so much in the first quarter, trying to make up for the terrible first quarter that they had. Second quarter, they played terrific. Physical, attack the paint, gut to the rim. Celtics had 4 turnovers all in the first quarter. They did not have a single turnover in the second quarter. Boston, 20 points in the paint. They had just 6 points in the paint in quarter 1, 14 in quarter number 2. And then started to drill their threes. After a slow start, they started off 2 for 12 from 3. And now, ever since, they are 5 for 7 from 3. Derek White having a great game, saving this Celtics team. 19 points on 4 made threes by Derek White. Jaylen Brown's got 13. He's made a 3. And then a 3-point shot each made by Hauser and Pritchard. Pritchard with 7 off the bench. Keita with 8. Hauser with 3. Just going to avoid foul trouble for Keita. He's got 3 fouls. And they need to find answers to stop Joel Embiid. Embiid looks like he's too good tonight. 19 points in 20 minutes for Joel Embiid. Jungle Pitbull, glad to have you back in. Edith, welcome in. Steve, glad to have you back in, bud. Marco, thanks for joining in. I'm going to get Mr. Tops. We'll be back in a couple minutes. All right, buddy. Don't be running away from me too fast. Here we go. Mr. Tops. First half. Celtics trying to come on back. Big game 7. We need you, buddy. Need you to go out and make some shots. Oh, yeah. He is focused about the second half. There you go. Big boy needs to get his shots up tonight. Wants this team to get focused. Lock in. Yep, lock in defensively, just like Mr. Tops. Slide your feet. Collect steals. What do you think, buddy? They're in this game right now. It's not like the last one where you are not too happy. Mr. Tops is focused. He is locked in. Hashtag locked in game 7. Oh, yeah. Mr. Tops is strong tonight. Yeah, Mr. Tops is very strong. He wants the Celtics to be strong and physical. Mr. Tops also has a big tail, so that means I have to put him back because he's going to be going to the bathroom soon. Mr. Tops giving me the signal that he needs to go to the bathroom for Mr. Tops. So, Mr. Tops, very, very strong out there, roaming around. He is focused. He is locked in. Hashtag game 7 for Mr. Tops. I'm going to put him back, and then we're going to be back in a couple minutes for the second half very shortly. Yeah, I remember the game that right after Tatum tore his Achilles, the Celtics took that game over the Knicks. So they demolished the Knicks in the game after Tatum tore his Achilles, and then the game after that, they got crushed and eliminated from the playoffs. Jason Tatum not playing tonight. He is out due to knee stiffness. Now I don't know how long this injury designation is going to be, if he's going to be back for the next game. I believe the next game is going to be on Monday, I believe. If the Celtics do win this next one, I'm not sure yet if I'll be live for Monday. I should be live for like all the other playoff games afterwards. I think as of now, because I covered a softball doubleheader today, the team that I cover is hosting the 6 versus 7 seed play-in game on Monday night. And then after that's the athletics banquet, and the guy wants me to do something for the athletics banquet on Monday night. So if I do go live, it might be like the second half after all that gets wrapped up, because he told me the athletics banquet's at 7, and then the play-in game I think's at like 4:30 during the day. So probably I'll join in progress during half 2 or something if I do get back home in time for like the second half. But other than that, I should be good for all these playoff games, and I'm hoping once we get back, once I transition everything over to the new computer, when in the next hopefully couple of days or so, I'll be able to get back like the timeout slide and stuff like that, and like the commercials and stuff going to break, because I haven't been playing those right now since it skyrockets like the CPU percentage. Yeah, good question. I really want the Celtics to, but based in this first round series, I think it's going to be very tough. Very, very difficult for them since they went 7 and that Tatum's injured. Honestly, I think it's going to be, based on these first round playoff series, I think it's going to be San Antonio against New York. I'm hoping it's the Celtics. I picked the Celtics in my bracket to win it all, but it's very tough now since they went 7 and couldn't make quick work of the series, plus Tatum's injured. It's getting a lot more difficult. San Antonio's got the head-to-head season series over OKC. Yeah, San Antonio, Wemby looks like a cheat code. As long as Wemby stays healthy, Spurs look really good. Yeah, Celtics had 0 turnovers in the second quarter. And that was huge. Able to make up the deficit and chip into the deficit, a 31-23 margin in the second quarter. Yeah, I hope so, man, that this team can rally behind the crowd tonight. Celtics are perfect when they've gone up 3-1. Right now, not terrible from 3. Kind of like mid-pack. 7 for 19 from 3 for them. So that's mid-pack. Not terrible. They started off terrible. And then lately, they've been red hot. They started off 2 for 12 ever since they are 5 for 7 on their last 7 3-point attempts. And finally starting to play together as a team. Peyton Pritchard has 6 assists tonight. Like, he looks so much faster than everybody else on the floor. He's got really good, underrated on-court vision for Peyton Pritchard. 6 assists, 0 turnovers. When Peyton Pritchard plays like that, then the Celtics are definitely going to have a shot to win this one. Just got to keep the physicality up and start to rebound better, too. Right now, they're -2 in the glass. Doubling up Philly in the offensive boards 4-2. That's one of the specialties for the Celtics. If they miss those shots, they pick up offensive rebounds, leading to second chance points. You want to make sure you get it on the initial shot here in the second half. Like, every single possession is so critical That means taking the best open looks as possible and not going into iso ball. Celtics last game was hunting down constant matchups. It was a terrible display of offense. Tonight, they're starting to move it more after they had a rough start. And they're getting downhill to the rim, so they provided balance. 42 attempted shots by Boston. 19 have been threes. $23 have been twos. So slightly higher for the twos than the threes. Yeah, Derek White's been massive tonight. So glad that Derek White's been able to find his shot tonight. Here we go. Third quarter of action has begun. The Celtics left to right in the floor to get the basketball first. Pritchard on the floor alongside Brown, White, Queta, and Sharman to start off quarter number 3. Derek White dribbles up to the mid-block, sends it off to Queta. Queta powers his way down low, working on Embiid off the pivot. Queta gets right past Embiid to the cup and scores the layup. Excellent footwork right there by Nemi. Completely faked out Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid on the floor alongside Edgecombe, Maxey, Oubre, and George. Tyrese Maxey, guarded by Brown, 1-on-1 at the top, sends it off to Embiid, top of the free throw circle. Embiid takes on Derek White, slides it out to the wing. A 3-point shot by Edgecombe, and he sizzles it. 6-point advantage right now for Philly. Celtics playing VJ Edgecombe a little bit further back than they should have. Out from the perimeter, he's got 15. Pritchard into the hands to Queta, top of the key. Hand off Jaylen Brown, turns the corner off the curl, dribbles up to the elbow. Brown outside finds White. White pops up with a 3, off the mark, no good. Offensive rebound, hauled by Queta, tips it off to Sharman. But a loose ball foul charged on the Celtics, and that's on Queta. Oh, man, no. No. Joe Mazzulla, is he going to challenge this? I hope so. Wow, that's a terrible foul call. Queta bobbled it, kept the dribble alive. No, I don't know about that one. Mazzulla's challenging. No, he's not. No, he's not. Beg my pardon, he's not. Play continues. It looked like he was. Queta just going to go back to the bench. So Joe decides not to challenge. Garza back into the floor for Queta, and Maxey pull-up jumper from deep. Buries the triple. 61-52. Celtics down by 9. Needing to show signs of life here with Luka Garza playing extended minutes in the spot of Queta Carly. Brown, iso ball 3. No good off the mark. Rebound. Secure by Embiid. Tyrese Maxey backs his way to the left wing. Maxey thought about the step back, makes the pass off to Embiid. Embiid jumper left off the rim. A rebound secured by Brown. Jaylen Brown has it up the floor. Finds Derek White. White dribbles towards the corner. Lobs it off to Queta around the perimeter. Back into the hands to White. Derek White spots up on the 3 from the corner. Off the back rim, no good. Long rebound tracked down by Pritchard. Gives it off to White again. White left it short. Celtics trying to go hero ball, and Garza picks up the loose ball foul. It's going to go back to Philly. Front court issues. Luka Garza now with 3 personal fouls. If the Sixers win, what will I do? Well, I stream all the other series matchups. I streamed yesterday Cavs-Raptors, the R.J. Barrett game-winning shot to force the Game 7. So I streamed other series matchups. So it's not just the Celtics I cover. Throughout the playoffs, I cover all different types of teams in the NBA. Streams don't quit here on the channel. Jumper, Maxey, baseline, drills it. 11-point lead for Philly. Not looking so hot right now for the Celtics. Joe Mazzulla, he's going to burn it. Timeout on the floor. Timeout right now, 63-52. Humphrey, welcome in. Yeah, if Philly wins this game, well, there's always next season. You got to move on. It's next play mentality. Can't get sad about it. Can't have this dwell over your head for months upon months. It's about next moment mentality, next play mentality. So, yeah, it's not looking so hot right now for the Celtics. But, I mean, it's going to be very disappointing when they get eliminated. Very, very disappointing. But just focus on next year. Like, whatever happens, happens. And turn the page for next year. I'm hoping that they come out, be better, and compete, and give it their all. That's all that I can ask for. These guys, some of them in deep foul trouble right now, give it their all. And then whatever the score is, whatever the determinants are, if they gave it their all, I mean, I'm proud of these guys. Proud of these guys for what they accomplished throughout the course of the season. 56-26. For everybody who talked about the Celtics being in a gap year, started off at 0-3. And it's either they end the season on the same exact losing streak as they started, which is their longest, or they're going to take on the Knicks in round 2. And a question mark with Jason Tatum. But, man, I'm proud of these guys. Without Jason Tatum for 60 games this season, coming out winning 56 games for a team that was going into the offseason looking at probably around like 41-41 or 40-42. Like, overachieved. And, I mean, it's too bad that they're having a tough time late in the series. Really too bad. But, I mean, I've got so much faith in Brad Stevens, NBA Executive of the Year, to keep on constructing this roster and keep on making the right decisions and the right picks and the right free agents to bring into the team, right trades in the future. Like, in terms of consistency in the NBA, the Celtics have always been there. Top team in consistency. It's like one of those top franchises that's always super consistent. Kind of similar to like the big boys on top. Like the Yankees, Dodgers, Patriots with all the Super Bowls under Tom Brady. It was rough until Mike Vrabel took over as head coach. Like the Jerron Mayo days were super tough. That was awful to watch. Like I got turned away from watching the Patriots, being a fan myself, on those Sundays that they couldn't generate scoring under Jerron Mayo. It was brutal. 63-52, we get back to action. Brown, mid-range, got the bounce, got the bucket, and one coming up at the free throw line for JB. One shot coming up by Jaylen Brown. Yeah, a lot of tough calls going against these guys, though. Really tough. And this is something that the Celtics, like the first go-around, for a guy like Keita, that's a large responsibility for the main big man in the playoffs to take on Joel Embiid and get into deep foul trouble every single time. Like, Keita got thrown in as the number 1 center this season, made huge steps forward in the right direction for him. Like, he barely got playing time the last couple of years. So I'm looking forward to what he could do throughout the course of the season. And Embiid scores at will down low over Brown for 2. 10-point lead for Philly. Jaylen Brown drives to the cup. Brown up, fake off the double. Kick out, corner, Jordan Walsh into the hands to Pritchard. Out to Brown. Jaylen Brown towards his right, guarded by Edgecombe. Brown turns the corner, floats up a tough shot, no good off the back rim, tipped up to Embiid, who is the best player on the floor tonight. Maxey fires a 3. Maxey off the back rim, a rebound secured by Showerman. Celtics down by 10. Showerman up the floor, finds Brown on top. Pritchard pulls up from deep and got it right down the chute, baby, as he sends that one from the Boston Harbor up through the TD Garden netting. 7-point game, a Celtics still there. Still in this game right now. Anything is possible. Here goes Edgecombe to the cup. No good. Excellent defense by Jaylen Brown as Edgecombe misses the layup. Got a score right now. It's a 5 on the floor. Brown into the hands to Walsh. Now Edgecombe gets set back defensively. 5 on 5. Jaylen Brown at the top. Sends it off to Pritchard. Pritchard at the right wing perimeter. Crossover. Takes an Embiid. Pritchard. Kick out. Corner. Sharman. 5 at a time. A runner. No good off the rim. A rebound secured by Embiid. Stolen away by Sharman. Derek White. Open 3. Off the back rim. No good. Sharman deflects it out of bounds. Couldn't score there, and that's one that they're going to want back for sure. You got to score in that possession. Gotta score in that possession. Derek White, you've been shooting the cover off the ball, went up into a pump fake on a wide open 3, and you can't do that. Man, that's just all mental. Cannot do that if you're Derek White. Just go into the 3. George, no good in the 3. Around the rim and out. Rebound controlled by Brown. Celtics down by 7. Needing to cut into the deficit. Brown finds Sharman. Sharman tees up the 3 out the wing. That is way off the mark. And Jordan Walsh deflects it out. So it'll be Philly ball. You gotta be able to get to the rim. Right now the Celtics going back to their bad habits and playing hero ball. Too many 3s, too many bricks. Way too many 3s to begin this quarter. What got them the second quarter margin was getting to the paint. Getting to the rim, scoring 2s. Lob to Embiid, deflected into the hands to George. Poke loose by White, right into the hands to Embiid, though. Embiid works on Brown, backs his way low block. Joel Embiid, dish outside in the top. Edgecombe, extra pass, Maxey in the 3's, got it. 68-58. That was an excellent pass right there to set up by Edgecombe. Brown, kick out, corner 3, Sharman. Another brick. Derek White had it deflected back into the hands to him, though. Sharman, extra pass off to Pritchard. Celtics are stuck around the perimeter. Pritchard now will drive inside to keep. Pritchard circles, kick out, corner. Hugo Gonzalez off the 3, no good. Missed the back rim. Sharman off. It's a rebound. Brown on top, steps into a 3. A bullseye. 3 second chance points for the Celtics. 7-point game once again. Boston needs to start to get stops. And they need to start executing down low instead of forcing up 3s. Oubre lobs it off to Embiid. Embiid takes on Jaylen Brown 1-on-1. Embiid guarded by Brown, 5 at the timer. Embiid jab step. Embiid backs his way on Brown. Embiid inside. He's too good. Joel Embiid way too good right now. Looking like the former MVP self. He's got 25. Down low to the cup. Jaylen Brown missed the layup. Fouled. 2 shots coming up in the line by Brown. Man, Joel Embiid just too good tonight for a guy that's 0-3 in Game 7s. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Celtics season right now hanging in there by a thread. Needing to hang a lot more closer than 9. 2 critical free throws by Jaylen Brown. Celtics 6 for 9 right now as a team at the free throw line. That's on Kelly Oubre Jr., who just picked up his 4th personal foul. First free throw is good by Brown. Will, thanks for joining in. Gotta put these guys in the foul trouble. Joel Embiid, I had said 25, he's got 23. He's 2 points shy at 25. Oubre is on the bench now with those 4 fouls. 4 fouls by Oubre. Maxey has 3. 2 fouls each by Edgecombe and Drummond. Second free throw good by Brown. Keita in deep foul trouble with 4 fouls. Hugo Gonzalez with 3. Luka Garza has 3 fouls. And Derek White has 2. Everybody else for the Celtics with 1 or 0. Both free throws good. Back to a 7-point game. Lob down low. Embiid fouled. And that's on Hugo his 4th. Hugo Gonzalez has been so key defensively tonight. Plus 7 on the floor. Just picked up his 4th foul. Man, this is... this is too intense right now. Way too intense. Joel Embiid, 23 points. First free throw. Got it. All you could do is hope and pray that the Celtics play like they did in the second quarter, ramp up their physicality, attack the rim, take care of the basketball, play downhill, get to the free throw line, move it around much more cleaner, and get away from the foul trouble, and string together defensive stops. Gotta do that. Right now they've had a tough time with that tonight. When they've scored, it seems like Philadelphia comes on back and scores. Free throws are good by Embiid, and now he's got 25. Peyton Pritchard on the floor alongside Brown, Hauser, Gonzalez, and White. Three-point shot missed off the rim short. Rebound secure by Grimes. Tyrese Maxey, dribble drive, attacks the rack. No good, missed the layup. Offensive rebound. Joel Embiid keeps on scoring. 27 right now for Embiid, up by 11 for Philly. He's got a double-double with that last rebound with 10 boards. White, cross-court, outside Gonzalez, handoff Brown. Jaylen Brown lost it at the wing. Got it right back as he was defended by George. Baseline dribble, Brown floats it up, missed it short. Lot of contact, no call with the referees. How is that not a foul? Embiid gets it away, shovel pass underneath Grimes, no good, missed the layup, tipped around. That was Edgecombe who missed the layup. Rebound went to Pritchard. Cross court finds White. White. Extra pass made. Gonzalez. Open three. Off the mark. No good. Rebound secured by Maxey. Gotta make that open shot there. And the timeout taken to the floor by Philly. 74-63. 4:47 left to go. Edgecombe a little bit shaken up after he missed the layup. And we're going to head over to a timeout on the floor with 4:47 left to go in the third. Yeah, Vucevic has never played tonight. Vucevic, no minutes tonight. Wow, Jaylen Brown is a minus 25. Your superstar player, top 6 scorer in the league, minus 25. Oh, goodness. 21 by Brown, 19 by White, 10 each by Pritchard and Queta. Man, Joel Embiid is just dominating. Nobody can contain Joel Embiid down low. 27 and 10 for Embiid with 6 assists. 16 by Maxey, 15 Edgecombe, George's 10. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. I pray here that the Celtics come on back, man. Man. They're hanging in. It's just can't get enough stops, and they're getting cut to shreds in the paint by Embiid. 34-22 points in the paint for Philly. Joel Embiid eating his way down low. 52% shooting for Philly. Celtics limited to 39%. And now 29% from 3. 29% from 3 for Boston. They were at 37% at the half. Settling for so much from the outside. Just a Jekyll and Hyde type of game. Absolute roller coaster for Boston. First quarter was horrific. They've been trying to play catch-up ever since. They took the lead briefly in the second quarter and got on a run. That was when Drummond was playing the 5. And Embiid was on the bench. But Joel Embiid just simply dominating. Well, you need an actual center to defend the big man. And yeah, Vucevic was not the answer. Like, they traded for Vucevic and he doesn't play in Game 7. DMP coach's decision. They tried to upgrade their front court depth and it just didn't work. And it backfired, and they would have been better off with Anthony Simons, keeping him, even though they would have been thinner at the front court and probably would have had Amari Williams available as the third big man behind Keita and Garza. But, like, what's the point of getting Nikola Vucevic if you couldn't play him in a Game 7? Nikola Vucevic right now looking like he's going to be a DMP CD. Celtics down by 11. Philadelphia with the basketball. Paul George sends it outside off to Maxey. Maxey accelerates downhill. Runner is good. A 13-point lead now for Philly. Celtics in deep trouble. Peyton Pritchard on the floor alongside Cato, White, Sharman, and Hauser. Hauser launches the jumper. Swoosh! Sam Hauser trifecta from the perimeter. There you go. Really needed that shot, and they got it. Now 10 for 32 from 3 at 31%. You got to make consecutive stops in a row. Maxey around the outside in the 10-point game. Sends it off into the hands to Edgecombe. VG Edgecombe working on Hauser. Edgecombe, a jumper, mid-range over Hauser. Bounced off the rim, deflected by Keita. Up into the hands to Sharman for the defensive rebound. Celtics up the floor. Sharman finds Pritchard. Peyton Pritchard circles around, dribbles up to the low block. Pritchard working on Edgecombe underneath, circles back out to the perimeter. Pritchard bounce pass outside, finds White. Derek White sends it off to Pritchard. Pritchard dribbles up, drives, elbow jumper over Edgecombe, no good off the mark, deflected off the hands of Sharman to the wrong player, and the rebound went to Grimes for Philly. Quentin Grimes. Hand off to George. 10-point lead for the Sixers, plus 2 in the glass, 29-27. Paul George, step back 3. He is money. Right over Hauser. 13-point lead for Philly. That's a tough shot. These Philly guys out for redemption. White, kick out, quarter, 3. Better make this one by Sharman. He misses it. A rebound control by Philly. Baylor Sharman now 0 for 4 from the floor, 0 for 3 from the perimeter. Maxey, mid-range, drills it. This game starting to slip away. 15-point lead for Philly. Celtics will keep on going. Keita. Looking for somebody to give it to. He finds Pritchard. Pull up. Jumper from deep. Off the mark. No good. Celtics are panicking and they're crumbling. Philadelphia is going to slow it down. 2.5 left to go. Spin cycle. Grimes, kick out. Drummond, extra pass made. Edgecombe, a wide open 3. VJ buries it. Timeout, Joe Mazzulla. Largest lead tonight by 18. Celtics panicking. Can't get anything. Can't put together stops. And they were in it for the most part, but now Philly has found their groove. Damn. I can't believe there wasn't a timeout previous to that. Too much of a run. Yeah, 22 minutes tonight by Baylor Sharman is a heck of a lot of minutes for a guy with 0 playoff experience. I questioned why Jordan Walsh was given just 5 minutes of playing time tonight. Like, he's a guy who could have brought you physicality, could have provided stops and defense. He's got size, he's got length. Jordan Walsh just 5 minutes tonight. Like, you got to give him the opportunity. Guy's a hustler. He makes it physical out there. He was putting Maxey into the grinder in the game that the Celtics won by 32. Man, these fans did not pay the price of the ticket for this. White, off the mark, no good. Offensive rebound. Hauser, follow through, good. 16-point game, 2 minutes left to go in the third. Got to string together defensive stops. They haven't been able to prove that throughout the course of the night. Gonna have to start here. Tyrese Maxey. Edge in the midcourt logo. Into the hands to George. Still will slow down tempo outside Maxey. Maxey working on Hauser. Bounce past George. Elevates for the three. George off the back rim. A rebound secured by Queta. White, Brown, Queta, Pritchard, Hauser to 5 of the court. Jaylen Brown. Outside leaves it off for Pritchard. Into the hands to White. Top of the key. Towards his left off the dribble. White. Step back three. Off the rim. Short to rebound George. Not a good look. Celtics panicking. Gotta realize a 2, if made, is much better than a 3 if bricked. Right now, the Celtics crumbling by the 3. 28%, 10 for 35 from three-point range. Joe Mazzulla, an analytics guy that goes by the averages. You got to show your team that. They should have had that number circled during the timeout. You got to get to the rim, score at will, just like Jaylen Brown does. Right there, and he scores the 2. Nice ball fake. Gonna make a run right now, and Embiid's on the bench. Carly Drummond's on the floor. Celtics put themselves winning order. Gotta get this win in 8. 59 seconds left to go in the third. This is the 2 versus 7 matchup in the bracket. Absolute chaos if both the 1 seed and the 2 seed get taken out in back-to-back nights. Tyrese Maxey. Edge of the midcourt logo. Slides it off to Grimes. Quentin Grimes takes on Pritchard. Kick out. Corner 3. Edgecombe buries it. And they ain't going to take it to an 8-point deficit going into the end of the quarter. Jaylen Brown at the wing. Guarded by Edgecombe. Towards his right off the dribble. Thought about the step back. Takes the jumper. Drills the 3. Back to a 14-point game, and once again, Philadelphia above 50% from the floor, making shots. Celtics just cannot string together stops. 26 now for Jaylen Brown. Quentin Grimes finds Maxey. Maxey at the edge of the midcourt logo. Maxey guarded by Brown, 5 of the shot clock. Cross-court connects with Grimes. Grimes accelerates to the throw down the duck. He got fouled. 7 seconds left. 2 free throws by Philly with Grimes. It's on Sam Hauser with a personal foul. Yeah, Sam Hauser got the elbow of Quentin Grimes. Well, this is it for the Celtics. Fourth quarter coming up after the end of the third. And it's looking like it's going to be their season. This is a very difficult margin to come on back from in just a single quarter. Especially when your opponent has the lead and they're going to slow down the basketball and try to slow down possessions. Celtics basically got to have a perfect quarter. They got to do what the Pistons did in the fourth quarter yesterday and force Philly into like 15 plus misses. I don't see that happening. Not with a defensive display out there on the floor for the Celtics through the first 3 quarters of action. White inside a key off the glass. Bounces in. It's good at the buzzer. Coast to coast off the rebound. Derek White scores a critical 2. Cuts the deficit to 13. And it's 88-75 at the end of the third. Celtics gotta step up. Play their hearts out in the fourth quarter. This is it. This is it. 12 more minutes of basketball to save their season. 26 by Jaylen Brown, 21 by White. Derek White, thank goodness that he finally has been able to make a solid scoring impact. His first 20-plus point game since March 16th of this season. Got to get some more out of Pritchard. 10 by Pritchard. Queta's got 10. Sam Hauser, 8 tonight. Nothing out of everybody else. Goose eggs along the board between Garza, Sharman, Walsh, Gonzalez. Ron Harper Jr. played 4 minutes tonight, getting the start. I'm shocked that Baylor Sharman has played 22 minutes, and he is bricking corner threes. That has not been the go-to tonight. Celtics crumbling by the 3, 11 for 36, 31% from the perimeter. Gotta get to the rim, score in the paint a bunch more. I'd rather take a 2 than a brick 3. Celtics started to panic. They got down by double digits in the third quarter. They started to panic and they were bricking shots. And down to the final quarter of the season, it feels so weird. They were up 3-1, and now they're on the route of being the first team since Doc Rivers and the Clippers to choke a 3-1 lead in the playoffs. Like, this is it. Right now, to save your season, if you're Joe Mazzulla, you're not telling your team to go by the styles that they've done all year long. Just heave up threes, play hero ball, chuck up threes. If I'm the athletics communications director for the Boston Celtics, I'm printing out the stat sheet, circling the percentage from 3, handing that to Joe Mazzulla, and writing on the sheet, you better get to the rim, better get to the free throw line, better put Philly in deep foul trouble in quarter 4. And then points in the paint, 38-28. Got to tighten up down low defensively. Get stops. Make it much more physical out there. Yep, Celtics running the hero ball in the playoffs. And this style, when the Joe Mazzulla hero ball analytics is just not working. It worked in 2024, but the rest of the league has caught on. And the Celtics just don't have that type of guy, like a Drew Holiday type of guy in their team with all that experience. That's an absolute winner in a leader that can take care of the basketball and shine in big moments. Celtics live by the 3, and they look really good when they're drilling their threes, but they also crumble by the 3, and they crumble hard, and they face plant hard. Right now, they're face planting hard at 31%. Here we go, fourth quarter. This is it for the Celtics season unless they come on back. Embiid, no good off the glass. He's out of the play. Keita collects the rebound. There's physicality. Celtics got to score. Keita's running the floor. White didn't see him. Brown instead jacks up a 3, and he bricks it. That is Game 7 in a nutshell. You had Keita open, transitioning to the rim. Instead, they pass up the open 2 for a 3. And they come up empty. Joel Embiid, 45 seconds into the fourth quarter. Bounce pass, cross court, edge comb, 3. No good off the rim, a rebound, Keita. Celtics 5 in the court. Brown, Pritchard, Hauser, Keita, White. Jaylen Brown sends it off to Hauser. Launches the 3. Hauser buries it. That time, the 3 went down by Sam Hauser. Sam Hauser, perfect. 4 for 4 from the floor, perfect. 3 for 3 from the perimeter. Maybe Joe Mazzulla is telling him, hey, we'll just play by the numbers. Shoot as much as possible, Sam, in the fourth quarter. I wondered if that's going to be the game plan here. Embiid stripped. Embiid got it. 4 in the timer. Embiid, defended by White. Going to get something off. Goes up. Oh, he lost it. Turnover. Derek White with a steal. Up the floor. Here goes White. Attacks. And he scores. Up and off the backboard. You the man, Derek White. You the man. 23 by D. White. Most points in almost 2 months that he has scored as a Celtic. Quentin Grimes fires it down low. Oubre followed by Brown. 2 shots coming up with a free throw line for Kelly Oubre Jr. 10-10 left to go. Man, it's awesome to see a great sign of Derek White tonight. Really, really good sign out of him tonight. The poor guy shot horrifically throughout the course of this series, throughout the last month and a half. He had been struggling. He'd been struggling with a huge dip in his efficiency throughout the entire season for him. I think the Celtics got to bring in another guy ahead of Derek White, so it can ease the burden off of White as a scorer, so he could be more of like a number 4 guy instead of a 3 for him behind Tatum and Brown. Both free throws go by Oubre, 90-80. Approaching the 10-minute mark left to go. White sends it off to Queta on top. Over to Brown at the right wing perimeter. Into the hands to Hauser. Comes off the screen. Takes the 3 that's well off the mark. Offensive rebound. Queta scores. Backdoor. Up and off the backboard. 8-point game. Queta, humongous putback, able to outlast Joel Embiid at the rim. VJ Edgecombe slows it down. Slides it off to the wing into the hands to Grimes. Back on top, Edgecombe. Edgecombe steps into an open 3 off the mark. No good. Celtics got lucky as he bricked a wide open 3 straight away. Rebound went to Queta. Boston possession. Lob for Brown. Broke it up out of bounds off Maxey. And the clock will stop with 9:32. I think they're going to give a foul here on Tyrese Maxey reaching in defending Jaylen Brown. Yeah, Tyrese Maxey, personal foul. So the ball was broken up out of bounds, but Maxey reached in on the entry pass, and Tyrese Maxey just picked up his 4th personal foul. It ain't over till it's over. Celtics had a great quarter 2, right now out to a great quarter 4. The even quarters, they have started to become determined. It's going to be a battle to the finish tonight. 9:32 left to go. Jaylen Brown inbounds it off to Queta. Into the hands to White. And Derek White top of the key. Lob finds Brown. Brown slips past the defense. Brown to score it. Gets the bucket. Should have been an and 1. It wasn't. Nevertheless, it's a 6-point game. Timeout on the floor by Philadelphia. Jaylen Brown. You the man, baby. You the man. Derek White. Nice little entry pass down low. Brown score it. In the post. There's a lot of contact there. He's working on Oubre down low. Stunning that was not an and 1. And Jaylen Brown just bullying Oubre at the rim. Kelly Oubre's got to be careful. He's got 4 personal fouls. 4 personal fouls now by Maxey. And that's huge. Really opens up the door in this game. Maxey has 20 tonight. Embiid with 27. Maxey with 20, but playing with 4 fouls. And 21 points by Edgecombe. Celtics led by Jaylen Brown. He's got 28. 23 by Derek White with 3 blocks. Stepping up massively tonight. Queta with 12. Pritchard with 10. Hauser now has got 11. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Ring the notification bell as well if you guys would like to be notified here for future live streams on the channel. Celtics trailed as many by 18 points at one point in this game, and now they're down by just 6. Yeah, Ugo's been a big plus for the most part tonight. 13 minutes they've gotten out of Ugo tonight. Wow, Harry, that's awesome, man. Keep up the growth there, brother. Jose, thanks for joining in. Azrin, welcome in. Will, glad to have you back in. Joel Embiid 0-3 in Game 7s. This could be a big Afuka choka for the 76ers. Really big Afuka choka. Right now, the Celtics are down by just 2 possessions. Plenty of time left. 9:22 remaining. This will be a huge Afuka choka tonight by Philadelphia. 18-point lead at one point. It has been multiple occasions that the Celtics have seemed like they were out of this game, shooting themselves out of this game, and nevertheless, just, man, overcoming adversity multiple times in this game for Boston. When they've had some poor decisions, now they know what's up, and that is attacking and getting to the rim. Get the twos going. Score at will at the rim. They've been able to do it tonight. It's not been about the threes. You finish this game at a high percentage. Rest of this game, shoot the ball 70% from 2, and you're going to win it. Right now, the Celtics only down by 4 points in the paint, 38-34. Celtics were trailing going into the quarter, 38-28 in points in the paint. The Celtics have scored 6 straight points in the paint, plus a 3 made by Hauser. They're dominating the fort, starting off 9-2. Yeah, good question. I'd say just probably post regularly, like as much as possible when you can to create like an audience. That's what I'd say probably would be the best bet. Yeah, I go probably saying like the best ability is like availability. But also making sure that the content is really good as well. Yesterday, a crazy 3 by RJ Barrett in overtime to win the game for Toronto to force a Game 7. I'm hoping to be back live tomorrow night covering Raptors against Cavs Game 7. Whoever wins this game, it's going to be on Monday. I got a softball game for a conference tournament play-in game on Monday during the day, and then I have an athletics banquet that I'm going to on Monday that starts at 7. So if one of these teams does play on Monday, I'm probably going to go live at like around halftime if I do get home in time. Embiid nails the jumper. We're down to 9 minutes left to go as Embiid just buried the J. Brown to the rack. Defensive foul picked up by George as Jaylen Brown had a head full of steam to the rim. They're not going to count it according to the officials. Wow, Jaylen Brown got lucky there. Jaylen Brown got lucky with a push-off attacking the rim. Ooh. Oh boy, Jaylen Brown's down right now. Jaylen Brown crashed hard into the stanchion. Jaylen Brown's down holding his left knee. He's getting helped out to his feet. Oh boy. Jaylen Brown's up. He's walking around. Ooh. Oh, boy. Hopefully Jaylen Brown's okay. Yeah, he's walking it off. Let's see. Jaylen Brown, wow, pushed off on George. It was called defensive foul by George. Got clipped hard at the back end of that play by Embiid. And then his knee came crashing down into the bottom corner of the stanchion. Oh, that's going to hurt. That's really going to hurt. Yeah, Jaylen Brown with a tough fall on that left knee, too, and then he came crashing right down next to the stanchion. Hopefully he's okay, man. I hope so. Can't be going into the next series without both of the J's. That, oh my gosh, that would severely just crumble the Celtics team. Jaylen Brown trying to walk it off right now. This is being looked at the monitor. Philadelphia is challenging the foul on Paul George. So Philly is challenging the foul. Initial call, Paul George, personal foul. And Joel Embiid just got called in a technical. So Joel Embiid issued a tech, and I think that was from the back end of the play, where he clipped Jaylen Brown, and then Jaylen Brown came crashing down hard. And Peyton Pritchard will shoot this technical free throw. Peyton Pritchard, technical free throw, automatic throughout his career, buries it. 7-point game. Celtics get the basketball as well. Yeah, Joel Embiid has one foul tonight. That is it. Derek White, feeling the physicality from Grimes. Dribbles baseline. White off the double team. Bounce pass underneath. Keita goes up. Got it. Score it. And one. Nimi, baby. Got the bucket. Free throw coming up at the line by Keita. It ain't over till it's over. An 18-point lead by Philly has evaporated down to 5. A chance to make it a 4-point game for Boston. Game 7. The Celtics 21-6 all-time in Game 7s. Jaylen Brown 6-2 all-time in his career in Game 7s. Free throw is good. 4-point game. Joel Embiid, a Fuka Choka 0-3 all-time in the Game 7. Tyrese Maxey. At the edge of the midcourt logo, George back into the hands of Maxey. Grimes, lob to Embiid. Embiid fouled. Come on. Jaylen Brown can't believe it. You got to keep your cool if you're Jaylen, and he does this time. Jaylen Brown reach and follow defending Embiid off the lob. That's a terrible call by the officials. Not really much of a shove there. Terrible, terrible call. Inbound goes to Maxey. Broke it up out of bounds off the fingertips of Pritchard. It's going to stay Philly ball, 11 on the timer. Celtics right now, they're keyed in, they're focused. Inbound goes to George. Out to the corner. Grimes. Embiid's calling for it. Grimes lobs it to Embiid. Takes on Queta at the low block. Queta playing with 4 fouls. Embiid, step back jumper. Deep 2. Off the rim. No good. Rebound secure by Brown. Great defense by Queta. Forcing Embiid into a deep 2 jumper that he bricked. Here goes Brown. Up fake. At the low block, outside into the hands to White. Approaching 8 minutes left to go. Plenty of time for the Celtics here. Down by 4. Trying to make it a 1-possession game. Brown, score it, and 1 at the free throw line. Coming up by Jaylen Brown. Oh yeah, baby. JB. 30-piece tonight. It ain't over till it's over. Celtics, baby. In this one. Down by just 2. A Fuka Choka Philly. A Fuka Choka. Brown, free throw, good. It's a 1-point game. Joel Embiid hits the deck on the offensive end of the floor. Joel Embiid hobbling up the floor. He is limping. Joel Embiid is limping. Under 7:50 left to go. Into the hands to Quinn and Grimes. Edge of the midcourt logo. Grimes at the top. Bounce pass Embiid. Embiid takes the 3. Oh, he drills it. Joel Embiid silenced the crowd. Limpy buries the 3. 4-point game. Embiid got 32. White off the double team. White underneath up fake. White no good. Missed the layup from point blank range. Foul off the rebound. Charge to White. Reach again. That's now the 3rd personal foul this quarter. Philly with 4 as a team. Celtics right there, down by 4. Yeah, Joel Embiid tangled up with Queta at the back end of the play. And then Embiid comes up and buries a 3 as he was limping. But if you're the Celtics right now, you got to go out full-time attack Joel Embiid. Queta and Gonzalez each with 4 fouls. Garza and White each with 3. Paul George at the wing. Into the hands to Oubre. Lob down low. Embiid. No good. Missed the shot. Excellent defense by the Celtics with Queta. And the rebound goes to White. Derek White at the edge of the midcourt logo. Sends it off to Jaylen Brown at the wing. Jaylen Brown towards his right. Screen set by Queta. Brown dribbles up to the elbow. Pocket pass. Queta. Up fake. Queta lost it. Got it back around the perimeter. Queta dribbles. Spin cycle. Queta. Pivot. Jumper. The big fella. Left it off the rim. Short. Rebound secured by Edgecombe. Tough possession right there. You never see Queta go into a mid-range jumper. Had to put one up as the shot clock was winding down to 0. Tyrese Maxey, 6:40 left to go in the timer. Bounce pass Embiid. Embiid at the top of the key. Towards his right off the dribble. Hand off George. Pocket pass Embiid. Embiid, jumper. Straightaway 3. Embiid, no live with that. Bricked off the back rim. A rebound secured by the Celtics with Jaylen Brown. Boston with possession. Down by 4. Crossing midcourt. Jaylen Brown. Dribbles up to the elbow. Brown looking for an open teammate. Jaylen Brown called on the travel. Damn. That's a critical missed possession. Celtics still with 3 timeouts. Philly still with 3 timeouts. That's a nightmare possession. Jaylen Brown travel. VJ Edgecombe on the floor alongside Embiid, Maxey, Oubre, and George. Lob goes to George, low block. Jumper, turnaround over Hauser, bricked off the rim. A rebound secured by Brown. Jaylen Brown on the floor alongside Queta, White, Pritchard, and Hauser. Brown attacks the paint. Brown, a kick out, corner. Hauser, extra pass, White, up fake, open 3. Buries it. Derek White, bang, a bang, a bang, a bang, a bang, a bang, a bang, rattles in the triple. 26 by Derek White, saving the Celtics season. Under 5:40 left to go. 1-point game, anybody's game here in crunch time. Maxey, top of the key, takes on Brown, 1-on-1. Maxey slows it down, 10 in the shot clock. Guarded by Hauser around the perimeter. Maxey dribbles, drives, right down the lane inside, no good. And at the back end of the play, Maxey was fouled. 2 free throws coming up by Maxey. Believe it's on Hauser. Yeah, it's on Sam Hauser who picked up the personal. Or was that on Keita? That's on Keita. Beg my pardon. That's on Keita. That's on Keita. He got him on the arm. That's on Keita. That's devastating. Yeah, Keita got Maxey in the arm. That's the right call by the officials. That's the 5th foul on Keita. Personal foul number 5 charged to Keita. Celtics. Joe Mazzulla taking a risk right now. He is going to challenge it. Joe Mazzulla is challenging the 5th personal foul on Keita. Yeah, it clearly looked like he got Maxey's arm going up to the rim with a layup. So unless something is different, this looks like it's probably gonna stand. The Celtics are right there. 95-94. They trail by 18. A Fuka Choka Philly could be the possibility. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Ring the notification bell as well if you guys would like to be notified for future live streams on the channel. What a game. Absolutely an incredible game tonight. Celtics playing with heart, playing with passion, overcoming adversity. And the fourth quarter, the Celtics have outscored Philly 19-7. Celtics got all the momentum, outscoring Philly 19-7 in the fourth quarter. What a roller coaster of a game. Philly looked like they were going to sweep the Celtics off the floor tonight. Celtics with a terrible opening quarter. It was 32-19 at the end of the first. Celtics were bricking shots. Turnovers was a major issue. Interior defense non-existent. And then the second quarter, a much better quarter for the Celtics. They outscored Philly 31-23. In the third quarter, Philadelphia got back to how they played in the first. They outscored the Celtics 33-25. And the Celtics bricked a bunch of threes in the third quarter. But in the fourth quarter, it has been the Celtics plus 12, 19-7. I'll be back live tomorrow covering Raptors against Cavs Game 7. If you'd like to join on in for that one, feel free to do so. This is it. Final 5-20 of the season for the Celtics, looking to save their season. And Derek White scoring 26 points. With him scoring that many points, it seems like the Celtics could very well save their season if they're able to keep it physical, come up with stops, and then keep on attacking, keep on scoring down low. Joe, welcome in. Things going pretty well. Joe Mazzulla challenging the foul. I don't see how this is going to be overturned. It clearly looked like a shooting foul charged to Keita. Clearly looked like a shooting foul, but Mazzulla taking a shot. Taking a shot right now. Keita's going to have 5 fouls. Foul trouble looks like this. Keita with 5, 4 by Gonzalez, 3 by White, 2 by Brown. Garza's got 3. Garza started, he played 9 minutes. 4 personal fouls each by Paul George, Kelly Oubre Jr., Tyrese Maxey for Philadelphia. Yeah, that's going to be a really good game coming up this season for Duke, Florida there. So Joe Mazzulla challenged the foul and was not successful. Free throws at the line for Philly by Maxey. First one's good. Things going well, Joe. Second free throw by Maxey. Buries it. 97-94. 5:20 left to play. Celtics need to go by the numbers. They have struggled from 3, 13 for 40. 32% from the perimeter. Celtics minus 2 points in the paint, 38-36. Jaylen Brown has possession at the wing, takes on George. He's on the floor alongside White, Pritchard, Hauser, and Keita. Brown, the free throw circle, up fake. Brown, leaner, got it! 15-foot leaner over Maxey for Jaylen Brown. That was incredible. 33 right now for JB. Tyrese Maxey On the floor alongside Embiid, George, Edgecombe, and Oubre. Lob to Embiid. Embiid flings down Brown. Whoa. Joel Embiid flings down Jaylen Brown, and where's the foul? The foul is going to be on Boston. Are you serious? On Jaylen Brown for grabbing the hold of the back of the uniform of Embiid? Wow. And Jaylen Brown, personal foul. That's the call. His third foul. Man, this is getting impossible to defend Embiid tonight. First shot's good by Embiid at the line. Both teams in the bonus. There's some really questionable calls tonight going against Boston. Celtics versus Sixers versus refs. Second free throw by Embiid. That's good. Back to a 3-point game. 4:45 left to go. Celtics have struggled in crunch time this season. Here's an opportunity to go out and prove it tonight. Multiple games in crunch time of the regular season. Coming down to a 1-point game between these two teams. White for the tie. White off the rim, no good. A rebound tracked down by Edgecombe. They go back to their old habit, and that means jacking up a three and missing off the rim. Tyrese Maxey slows it down. Philly this quarter just 2 for 10 shooting. They've only made 2 field goals in the fourth quarter. Celtics are 8 for 13 at 63% in the fourth. Edgecombe slides it out on top. George into the hands to Maxey. Maxey, 5 at the timer. Maxey guarded by Queta. Gets around him. Maxey missed the layup. Tipped around. And it will be a traveling violation off the rebound. Charge to Philadelphia on Edgecombe. Wow. VJ Edgecombe over the cylinder, got it back, went up and down with a basketball from 1 foot away. It's going to be Celtics ball, and Nick Nurse. Is he going to challenge this? That's the question. He's talking to the referees right now to talk about the previous call. Philadelphia called in the up and down, going up for the rebound by VJ Edgecombe. That was the initial call, and the referees point in the Celtics direction. It's going to be Celtics possession confirmed, but Philadelphia is now challenging. VJ Edgecombe had it touched, went up. Came back down with it. Hauser did get a deflection, and this is being challenged right now by Philly on the floor. 99-96, 4:08 left to go. If this call stands, it'll be Celtics ball. If this call is reversed, Philly would win the challenge and Philly would get possession. Huge call here by the officials coming up with 4:08 left to play. Wow, huge call that's going to determine the game. This call is going to determine the game tonight. Philadelphia has only made 2 shots in this entire fourth quarter. Celtics are 8 for 13 in the fourth shooting. Celtics should be running away with this game in the fourth. But no, free throws by Philadelphia have kept Philly hanging in the lead. If you're new on the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Ring the notification bell as well. We get 600 plus watching right now. You guys are real legends, MVPs out here on the channel. I'm planning to be back live tomorrow. Raptors against Cavs for Game 7. Big call here by the officials. Initial call, up and down. Turnover, charge to VJ Edgecombe. Coach's challenge by Philadelphia. And the Celtics have the ball. Philly lost the challenge. Philly charged with a timeout. Celtics out possession. Chance to tie it up with a 3. Chance to pull within 1 with a 2. Bounce pass. It goes to Brown at the low block. Takes on the Oubre. That's a mismatch. Brown. Kick out to the wing. White. Rise and fire for the game-tying 3 off the back rim. No good. Huge rebound. Ripped away by Queta. And a foul. It's on Embiid. Queta shooting free throws. 2 shots in the bonus by Queta. Joel Embiid picked up the loose ball foul. Joel Embiid now with his second personal foul. Queta's playing with 5 fouls on the floor. First free throw, Keita. Got it. 2-point game. 2 timeouts remaining for both of these teams. Neemias Queta. As long as he stays in the game, the Celtics are going to go as far as he can go tonight. Second free throw. Got it. It's a 1-point game. Celtics going to get these Philadelphia 76ers in the torture chamber for the final 3:45. Size, length, physicality, defense. Only 2 made shots this entire fourth quarter. Embiid backs his way on Brown. Inside the key, Embiid. Hook shot. Left it short off the rim. Rebound, Keita. Joel Embiid, Game 7. It looks like it's going to be a reality. A Fuka Choka. Derek White at the wing of the perimeter, guarded by Oubre. Bounce past Brown for the lead. Jacks up the 3. Halfway down, no good. Rolled around the rim and out. Rebound, Sixers. Philadelphia with possession. Maxey. Under 3:15 left to go. Slows it down to edge of the midcourt logo. Philadelphia just 2 made field goals this entire fourth quarter. Taking on Derek White. Dribbles, gets past him. Kick, corner, Embiid, corner 3. Bricked off the back rim, no good. Rebound, secure by Keita. Joel Embiid again, choking under pressure. 0-3 all-time in Game 7s. Jaylen Brown, 6-2. Game 7s for him. Missed off the rim. Deflected baseline. Oubre saves it. Rebound, Philly. Philly with a possession. 2:40 left to go on the timer. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. Both teams in the bonus. Could possibly go into overtime tonight. Maxey at the left wing. Dribbles on top. Takes on Hauser 1-on-1. Celtics defense keyed in. Lob goes to George. George, baseline dribble. Soars up to the rack. Huge rejection by Jaylen Brown as he denies Paul George at the summit. Here goes Brown. Drive. Kick. Corner 3. Pritchard. Off the back rim. No good. A rebound secure by George. 2:15 and under remaining. Celtics, so many looks. They just cannot bury them. 8 for 17 this quarter from the floor for the Celtics. Philly, just 2 for 15 shooting. Here goes Maxey. He scores the layup. 101-98. 2 minutes left to go. Brown up the floor behind the defense. Hauser tips it over to Keita. Saves the possession. That would have been a big ew right there as he was 1 inch away from going out of bounds. Jaylen Brown slows down tempo. 10 in the timer. Minute 45 left to go in the fourth quarter. Jaylen Brown at the right wing. Crossover. Takes on Maxey. Takes him inside the key. Brown, a mid-range. Off the back rim. Keita couldn't convert on the rebound as it got deflected off to Embiid. Philly up by 3. 90 seconds left to go. Embiid hobbling up the floor. Celtics gotta get a stop and they gotta get a bucket right afterwards. Tyrese Maxey. Crossover. At the top of the key. Working on White. Goes under the screen. Handoff. Maxey. Drives on Keita. Maxey. The closer. Scores the 2. 103-98. Getting difficult here for the Celtics. Gotta go quick. Gotta get something with high efficiency. Down by 5. Derek White at the left wing perimeter. You got 2 timeouts remaining. White dribbles up inside, circles around. Too much time coming off the clock here for the Celtics. 8 on the timer. Hauser, follow away. 3 off the back rim, no good. Rebound ripped away by Oubre. And the Celtics season coming down. Right now, to under 50 seconds left to go. A brick fest. Could not make a bucket in the final 3.5 minutes remaining. Time ticking down off the clock. Maxey, 1 field goal for the dagger. Maxey, top of the key, working on Pritchard. Maxey drives on Pritchard, goes up with a jumper off the back rim, no good. Battle for the rebound, tipped out of bounds. Last off Embiid. It's going to be Celtics ball. 30.5 left to go. 30.5 to save their season. Jaylen Brown. Past midcourt, launches the jumper. Brown off the glass, no good. Offensive rebound back to Brown. White, he's up a 3 straight away off the back rim, no good. Rebound, Maxey. Celtics have to foul, and now in the bonus will go Philly. Brick fest. 0 field goals with 3.5 minutes remaining for Boston. 0 field goals in a Game 7. Just embarrassing. And Joel Embiid is going to have his first ever Game 7 victory. Absolutely embarrassing. Brick fest. 2 free throws by Maxey. First one is good. Even though the Celtics are going to get eliminated tonight, there's always next season. I'll be back throughout the course of the regular season and beyond. And also, I'll be back live tomorrow covering Raptors against Cavs. Even if the Celtics when they get eliminated tonight, I'll still be back live throughout the course of the NBA playoffs. So keep on coming back, supporting out on the channel. Terrible. 7-point deficit, 20 seconds left. Well, that's it for Sam Hauser. That should be the last time that we see Sam Hauser in a Celtics uniform. Frickin' Vucevic, they traded for this guy and gets a DMP CD in a Game 7. Just couldn't hit the shots when they needed it the most. Just... Man, tough tonight. Seven-point game, 20 seconds left. Gotta get something really quickly. Celtics overachieved in the regular season. Just a tough one to swallow in this postseason. They had it, and then choked away a 3-1 series lead. Inbound Sharman off to Hauser. Hauser 3, left it short off the rim. A rebound, Maxey. The season is over for the Celtics. Sharman picks up the foul. Maxey to the free throw line to shoot 2. Yeah, gonna have to be some changes in the offseason. I'm fully confident Brad Stevens is going to be able to do that. And NBA Executive of the Year is going to be able to make those decisions. First shot is good by Maxey. And they didn't risk Jason Tatum tonight. Next year's a whole nother season. Maxey drills both of the free throws. 9-point lead, Philly. Wow. Absolutely a shame that they get eliminated on the second day of May from the playoffs. Pritchard scores the bucket. 10 seconds left. Inbound, Edgecombe. Taking on Hauser, gets fouled. 8.8. Man. Just unfortunate that... I mean, it's so early. May 2nd, and they get eliminated. Like, this is so weird. How there's not going to be basketball in mid-May for the Celtics. Or basketball going to Memorial Day and sometimes going into June. I'd rather not risk it with Tatum since he's coming off the Achilles injury. The medical staff didn't want to risk it. And... If they were risking it, they're going into another series against the Knicks where they're probably going to get clobbered based on New York taking that series in 6. Celtics were going 7. If the Celtics had taken it in 5, we would have been in so good hands going into the next series. But this one had to get drawn out in a long way. And these guys in the second half of this series played hero ball and did not work together as a team, and it was just so sad to see. Absolutely embarrassing. The Celtics become the first team since Doc Rivers and the LA Clippers to go up 3-1 to choke a 3-1 series lead. Gotta tip my cap out to Philadelphia. It's Philadelphia, when Embiid came back, it looked like they were lifeless in the first game back by Embiid, and then after that, Embiid went off and completely flipped this series away from Boston. 3 wins in a row for Philadelphia. Philadelphia will take on the Knicks in round 2. Just devastating. absolutely devastating. And there's going to be a lot of questions going into the offseason for the Celtics. Jaylen Brown, 33 points. Did whatever he could tonight for JB. Had an incredible regular season. Just in the playoffs in this series in particular, he was just hunting down too much matchups instead of playing hero ball. And if the Celtics could get some sort of voice leader in the locker room like they did with Drew Holiday, like a setup type of guy that can connect the guys, be a connector type of player that controls the basketball, leads his team, calm, cool, collected, like that type of guy, that's what they're missing. He was the missing piece in the 2024 championship squad, and the Celtics are missing that type of guy. They're missing a lot of stuff, though. Like, their front court got a taste of playoff basketball in this playoff series. This is the first time for a lot of these guys. These guys overachieved this year. A lot of development out of Neemias Queta. 17 points tonight by Queta, 12 rebounds. Gave it his all. Played with 5 personal fouls for a very long time for Queta in this game. I'm excited to see the future out of Queta for him, because he had barely played in his first couple of seasons in the league. Completely gets thrown in this season as the main big man for the team. And, I mean, he gave it his all throughout the course of the season for Queta. So I'm excited what he can do. He's an energy-building guy. Derek White had a solid game tonight. I'm glad to see that he had 26 points tonight. He did miss 11 threes, finished 5 for 16 from the floor. We'll see what happens next year with Derek White, but his efficiency went way down. His point production went way down. He's still one of the top backcourt defenders, if not the top backcourt defender in the entire league. With blocks and steals, it's just his scoring production has gone way down. The Celtics are going to have to get other guys on the team that can score the ball, like pure scorers, like a Desmond Bane type of player, or so that can knock down shots, because they were missing that sharp shooting guard in this series for the second part, whereas Derek White has completely lost his stroke for him. He's probably at best now a number 5 option at the most in the future. He has completely gone off the cliff, but him to be expected as like the number 3 guy, that as a scorer, that's way too much. So at most, he looks like a number 5 at most for him. Yeah, Baylor Sharman had a tough game. No points, 22 minutes. A learning experience for him. This is his first playoff go-around. Ugo Gonzalez, first playoff go-around, gave the Celtics signs of life tonight. Ugo +3 on the floor, played 13 minutes. Excited for the future for him. I wish Jordan Walsh could have got more minutes. Guy's got a ton of physicality, size, and length. I'm going to be really sad if they let him go in the offseason for Jordan Walsh, because that guy hustles a ton for him. But these are all young guys. I mean, this is their first playoff experience. Like, it's not like these guys have been playing a bunch of playoff basketball together and just couldn't get over the hump. Like, that's what it was with Tatum and Brown in the years previous to that, but the roster had been consistent throughout the years. And some guys have been playing in the playoffs for a little while alongside Tatum and Brown, but most of these guys are relatively new. Vucevic being a DNP CD, that's it for him. Vucevic is done. That whole thing did not work. That's unfortunate. Really unfortunate. Like, I don't know. I think the Celtics still would get eliminated in this series, even if they had Anthony Simons, because they wouldn't have enough depth in the front court to keep up with Embiid and Philly in this series. So even if they did have Anthony Simons, they would have been in a severe, they would have had severe limitations down low at the 5 spot for them. They would have had Amari Williams playing as the third big behind Queta and Garza in this series if they didn't trade for Vooch. But that trade backfired, and it didn't do anything to help out this team in the playoffs. It's too bad because he cannot play defense in this series to save his life. So he's on the way out. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of questions now about Joe Mazzulla. Really a lot of questions. I think they're going to keep him. I mean, this was seen more as a gap year. They were expected to be like 40-42 or 41-41, and they overachieved. They overachieved for the Celtics. Big reason why the Celtics were consistent this year. So going into the season, they knew that Jason Tatum wasn't going to play for like the whole season, or if he was going to return, it was going to be very late in the schedule, which he returned with like 20 games left. So Tatum misses the first 60 games of the season, and Jaylen Brown takes over, the number one guy, top 6 scorer in the league for the whole season, and then everybody follows his lead. And the balance is there on the roster with the Celtics team. Night in, night out. Not many blowout losses. Couple blips here or there that they had, but most of them back in like October, November, December. And then they go on a run. January, February, March, Tatum comes back. But what it came down to is that these Celtics players throughout the season, they were so consistent with their rotations. Night in, night out, everybody would play, and they had very few injuries. The roster talent wasn't necessarily there compared to other teams, but the best ability was the availability, and it got them 56 wins on the season. Kind of similar to Detroit. Detroit doesn't have much talent on their roster. They overachieved a ton because they had a consistent roster throughout the course of the season. This Philadelphia team was all over the map with injuries. Maxey got injured, missed a couple weeks. Joel Embiid in and out of the lineup. Paul George, 25-game suspension. But the talent, much more talented than the Celtics, since they have a big three. And Jason Tatum didn't play in this game. Jaylen Brown carrying. And then after that, other guys have to step up. It's kind of a thing where you're going to get good nights out of Pritchard, but can it be consistent? That's the question mark. I love him as a player, and I hope that they don't get rid of him because he pops off. He scores buckets for Peyton Pritchard. Smallest guy on the floor. He hustles. He's got a tight handle. Really underrated playmaker. A lot of great things about him. But what I said about Derek White, where he's probably at best like a 5, Pritchard, probably more so a 4 instead of a 3 behind Brown and Tatum. Like, I feel like there's going to be another guy in there with these guys. Like another key player to form like a trio. The Celtics don't have that. They have that duo with Tatum and Brown. But, I mean, that was a lot to ask for Tatum coming back after an Achilles injury, playing 20 games going into the playoffs. But in terms of like a trio guy, like a third guy that would be really good to be able to match up with another big three, they just didn't have that this year on their team. And plus the other complementary pieces around it. Like, these guys are complementary pieces, but like Keita, Hauser, Garza, Sharman, Jordan Walsh, Ugo Gonzalez. Really excited to see the future out of Ugo. But for those guys to drop down like 20, 25, 30 points, then yeah, that's not going to happen. And in the playoffs, you need guys to score buckets. And it just can't be 2 guys with a duo, carrying the team. But these young guys getting a taste of playoff basketball, and they got a taste of playoff basketball in this series. They played 7 games. Unfortunately, it didn't go their way. Terrible that it's over. It feels so weird. May 2nd, 2026, and the Celtics season is over. always next year, keep your heads up. Everybody starts off at 0-0. Always next year, but yeah, got a lot of off-season changes to go around for Boston. Right now, it's a lot of younger guys in the team. Maybe a couple experienced veteran players will help out. That's like leaders too, voices in the locker room that could help them out. No, I would say no to Kevin Durant. Look what's happened with all the teams that he's gone to. Like, you get to the playoffs, a bunch of high expectations, and get bounced out of the playoffs because he's not available for basically the whole series. So, in terms of a leading voice in the locker room, that's the opposite with Kevin Durant. That's the guy that's gonna throw the young guys under the bus, and that's a guy who's gonna decrease the confidence in players that the Celtics are trying to build for the future. So a guy that's past his prime, I would say no to that. In terms of the talent, it's all there, but leadership, it's just not there. But in these big games, you're going to need a guy that's calm, cool, collected, that's a leader, that can get the job done, take care of the ball, knock down shots, and be an all-around team player. Still, even though the Celtics got bounced out tonight, I'll still be live throughout the course of the playoffs. I'm going to be back live tomorrow covering Cavs against Raptors Game 7. Feel free to join in if you guys would like. Going to be some off-season changes. Obviously, got some frustration here in the chat. And I'm not to rip these players to shreds and stuff like that. Some people out in the chat are ripping these guys to shreds and stuff. I mean, like, that's, like, what social media is out there. Just decreases the confidence for these guys. Like, that's the last thing these guys need to do to go into the offseason, is to have their confidence wrecked like that. Like, just gotta focus on next day mentality, next opportunity mentality, and hopefully next year they'll be better than ever. Really hoping that next year. And I've got the confidence that Brad Stevens is going to be able to do it. Man, I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be it for Joe Mazzulla. An incredible season as a head coach for him. But in the playoffs, just the method right now, the whole league is caught on, and it just doesn't work in the playoffs. Just so much three-point shooting for Boston. So much three-point shooting, and he goes by the analytics. And on nights where they're making the threes, it looks really, really good. They won twice by 32 when they're drilling 20-plus threes. But in nights like tonight, it looks terrible when they're not making shots tonight. 13 for 49, 27% from three. They shoot themselves out of games. That's what they do. And tonight, they shot themselves out of this one again. Way too many threes. Way too many bricks. They attempted 49 threes. That's way too much. They attempted 93 shots. They should have attempted around like 30 to 35 for the threes instead of 49. That's way too much in a Game 7. So that's something they've never learned upon. Yeah, they attempted more threes than twos, which is, they usually lose when that's the case, when they shoot the ball poorly. 93 attempted shots, 49 attempted threes, 44 attempted twos. Usually it should be the opposite or so. Like 55-35 split margin. Like, that's way too much for threes. Yeah, way too much for threes. Way too much iso ball, yeah. Last game was horrific with that. And then again, still in this game, hunting down matchups. Gonna be a long off season ahead, but I'm confident Brad Stevens is gonna figure it out in the off season. Keep your heads up here, Celtics Nation, and feel free to keep on joining into the streams. being a part here on the channel. Even though the Celtics got eliminated tonight, there's still a month and a half remaining for the NBA playoffs. So keep on coming back for future live streams. And I plan on being live tomorrow night covering Raptors Cavs Game 7. So I'll still be live for future live streams. Obviously, this hurts because I streamed all this majority of the games throughout the season. Were all Celtics regular season games. It was a pleasure to cover this team in the regular season. In the playoffs, it was an absolute pleasure 8 days ago when the Celtics were playing like that when they won by 32. But tonight, the game before that, no. Just, it's embarrassing. Like, terrible. Ah, man. But yeah, it was best advised by the medical staff not to play Tatum tonight. Like, I know a lot of people are going to criticize Tatum for being soft. The guy's coming back from an Achilles injury, 20-plus games back, and he's got a calf injury he's dealing with. Honestly, it's better off to sit him than to risk injury tonight, and then he gets hurt again, and then he's missing a large chunk of next season if he hurts his calf severely. So they've got the whole off season now to rest up with Tatum, have him get back to his usual form, and be able to be himself again for JT. Yeah, I'd like to see a lot more athletes on the Celtic squad. A lot more physical, athletic guys that they have, instead of guys that get out around the perimeter, pop up threes. There's too many similar guys like that. That's the thing. Like, they need a guy that's going to be putting pressure at the rim. And Jaylen Brown, he does do that, but then there's times that he hunts down matchups getting into the mid-range. And he did have a great season this year in the regular season. Shot like 55% plus from the mid-range for him. But in this playoff series, he had a tough time making those shots. And hopefully next year we start fresh. We've got positive expectations going into 2027, and that Brad Stevens, he's going to figure it out. NBA Executive of the Year, best basketball mind in the NBA as president. He's going to figure it out for Brad Stevens. And I think he will. And I think if the Celtics bring in like a mix of veteran guys to help out their young group, could help out this team a lot. Some scrappy defenders on their team, physical players, somebody that can like be a leader, also like put pressure at the rim, a lot more front court reinforcements for them, because their front court was the clear Achilles heel this year with no experience in the playoffs. They got dominated by Embiid. Like, all that stuff they're going to have to do. There's a lot of players that's very similar stylistically to one another in terms of perimeter guys. And they got to get a lot more balance next year. But with Joe Mazzulla's system, it's about three-point shooting and analytics, and that the threes are going to outweigh the twos. Got some big decisions to make in the offseason for Brad Stevens, whether he's going to keep Mazzulla or whether Mazzulla is going to get canned at the end of this year. Just, I don't know. I see it as tricky. A lot of people right now is calling for Joe Mazzulla to be fired. I guess the question is, like, what the market is for head coaches who are going to be available, and if that's going to be an upgrade from Mazzulla. So it depends on who's available, but also if it depends on the construction of the roster as well. Like, if that's going to work for a team that can bring in more guys that start to put more of a pressure presence on the rim instead of attempting a bunch of threes. So it depends on how they build their roster in for next year for him. Yeah, Hauser, that was it for him. Some bad shots late in the final few minutes for him. Yeah, this should be it for Hauser. This should be it for Vucevic. Yeah, those two guys definitely got to go. Derek White, big question mark going into next year if he played his last game as a Celtic. See, the defense, he brings heart and hustle every single game for Derek White. Absolute workhorse, but the Celtics are going to have to construct a roster where they bring in more backcourt scores. And going into next season, maybe it's that Derek White comes off the bench for him instead of starts, because he doesn't have that production that he used to have as a player anymore. But maybe since he had that pressure on him this season too, to be that like number 2 guy, he had a ton of expectations to go in and average like 20-25 points per game, and it just wasn't there this year for Derek White. It was Jaylen Brown carrying the team, and then balance after that with a bunch of guys averaging in the teens scoring. Getting Tatum back definitely is going to help out, plus Brown being a bucket. And then if they can get like a number 3 guy, and then after that should open up the floor more so for White, instead of when Derek White was getting a lot more attention and being expected as the 2 guy. It was like a lot of pressure, and he couldn't deliver in those circumstances where I feel like he would be better as like the 5. So it's going to be Philly and New York in the next series. I'll be back live tomorrow night covering Raptors against Cavs. If you guys would like to join them back for that one, feel free to do so. And even though the Celtics season is over, feel free to keep on supporting these streams if you guys would like. And I really appreciate it for being a part here, supporting the streams throughout the course of the regular season. I covered a bunch of Celtics streams throughout the regular season. It was awesome. Being able to see this young team grow throughout the course of the year. It's just, right now, these young guys got to taste the playoff basketball. And veteran players like Joel Embiid, Paul George, they gave the Celtics second half of the season or series really just a taste of their medicine. And this Philly team was not your typical 7 seed. They had players in and out of the lineup, and they finally came together fully healthy. And when fully healthy, they were a force for them. Thanks for joining in, being a part here of the channel. Philadelphia advances on to round number 2 as the Sixers win 109-100. And we're going to wrap up for this one tonight. I'll be back live tomorrow night. Raptors against Cavs, Game 7. And big shout out here. We're going to close out to the channel members. All channel members get a shout out at the end of each and every single one of my live streams. We got Jason, John, Michael Bradley, Joe, Lonely Satellite, Warren, the Naija Player, Norma, Paulson, Kelly, Ogie, Russell, Rydog, Astros Fan for Life, All on the Prowl, I Am Ghost, Ian, Edith, Ice Ice Baby, SGA Sports Talk, Elaine, Kilo Pitts, Yvonne, and Otabura. Thanks all for joining in tonight here. This is it for the Celtics. Unfortunately, devastating loss in Game 7. But Celtics hopefully will be back better than ever next season. 109-100 Philadelphia. Congrats out to the Sixers. Gotta give Philadelphia props because they overcame a 3-1 deficit for them and overcame the Celtics in 1-7. Thanks all for joining in. Enjoy the rest of your night. Feel free to keep on coming back and being a part here on the channel. I'll be back live tomorrow night. Raptors, Cavs. Thanks for joining in, everybody, and have a good Saturday night.